Where we left off last time, you guys made it past the Mud Guardian, the mind-slaved Volturnus, the Bronze Dragon. His appearance to you is rather shocking, completely encased in those layers of mud that seem to undulate and twist and manipulate all over his body, though it seemed to slow him down greatly. But it reminded you of the mud spirits, the pixies and sprites and other fey creatures that once dwelt here, kind of their similar predicament. They're covered in that horrid filth. But you guys, because of his slow speed, you guys were able to sneak past him and into the Tree of Decay. Inside, you meet the first of the night hags, Zora, who was atop a hill of mud and refuse and bones. It was about a 10-foot high hill in the side of the tree, the hollow of the tree. And surrounding this chamber are all these vines, but they look fleshy to you. They even sprouted fangs and talons, and teeth and nails. But you did battle with Zora, and using the power of the cauldron, roots that you recall protected the hag from Holmford also exploded from the ground and twisted, grappled you as you tried to close with the night hag. Additionally, Zora dominated your wizard Hagmar using the power of the cauldron, and he began to fireball you guys. However, thankfully, you were able to defeat her quickly.
And I rolled well.
And you were able to, what was that? Alright, I'll turn that off.
I will.
You were able to defeat her quickly and destroy the cauldron. Upon destroying the cauldron, you noted that Hagmar's witch's mark vanished.
It's a trick. It's up there. I swear.
Byron suspected it just moved to the back of his throat, so he was going to try to look down. Mitch suspected that, I should say.
Could have strolled open and checked.
Pry your mouth open.
Whoa.
Cabbage back stew make it go away.
And leave that layer of skin off.
Yeah.
Cabbage back stew
You
makes anything go
gotta
away.
keep feeding that to him. If he's puking, he can't be casting.
Exactly.
So, you defeated the hag and destroyed the cauldron, which rendered the all of those roots that were entangling you inert. So they just kind of flopped to their sides and stopped moving. You looted the hag, but there seemed to be kind of a strange silence come over the entire hollow. When the hag fell, you noted that all those fleshy vines seemed to explode with agitation around the walls. And and as you guys looked around the chamber, you realized that behind the vines there was a hollow or a cutout where there are these leathery, kind of fleshy steps that wound their way up inside of the tree. However, I stopped us here on purpose. I need everyone to roll a d20 for me.
I go wasting a 20.
That's not bad.
What'd you got?
15.
15.
15.
Okay. Suddenly, all of you begin to hear a faint woman's voice.
Where is she?
Crying out. And Malhavik, your heart flutters for a moment, it sinks, as you realize it's a voice of serenity. And she's begging you to help her.
Do I see her?
You look around and your eyes dart around. You don't see her anywhere. But her voice is ringing out. Each of you can hear it.
It's a trick.
And
Self is in my mind.
Antis, she speaks to you and says, "The elf, He means to betray you. He did this. He sent the orcs against us.
Am I the only one that can hear that?
No, everyone can hear it.
Okay.
And you, my friend, believe it.
Oh.
You draw your weapon. And you turn towards Hagmar. And Antis barks loudly. You've led us into this. You've led us to our doom.
Can I get between them?
Yeah, you want to jump in between them?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't
Calm
do it.
down, man. It's a friggin' trick. It's the hags.
Get a hold of yourself. We came here of our own wish.
Shove them apart.
Okay. So you're holding on to Antis, essentially. And Antis, you're becoming more and more agitated. You could
Look at
feel,
Hagmar.
you know that he had
Don't be
been
greasing
marked
anything.
by the witches, and who knows what he's already done to undermine your quest to defeat these hags.
Are you wearing armor?
Well, we've
Yeah.
defeated one.
Okay.
Well, we're getting close.
Malhavik,
They're stepping up their game.
you begin to hear the whispers of your children.
And Tails, we're so close to the goal. It's not the time to start
Warning you
feuding
not to go any further.
with each other.
I'm.
Resist.
So many papers.
Right, roll a d20. The wisdom.
Natural 20.
This is a trick!
Can we tell what direction the voices are coming from?
No, it just seems to be in this chamber, fluttering around
Did
you.
we ever hear that voice? before?
Huh?
Did we ever hear that voice?
No? Do you share with them who these voices are? I guess is a better question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just Serenity, right?
Well, the children's voices were whispering to you, so they may not have heard those. But definitely, everyone heard Serenity's voice.
I'd probably say, well, with a natural 20, like, you're not my children, and like scream or whatever.
Okay. So Malhavik shouts out, "You are not my wife and children!" And meanwhile, Antis, you're extremely agitated still. But you're willing, at this point, to listen to your comrades and let it go.
I grab him. It's a trick. It's the hags.
We need to move out of the chamber.
Yeah, let's argue while we go upstairs.
We'll silence them permanently with our weapons.
You guys want to start your way upstairs?
Yep. We have swords of
Is
compassion.
that what he?
I think you meant the hags, hopefully.
We'll silence
We're
them
gonna
with
ask them a few
fireballs of
questions.
compassion.
A fireball of compassion?
Yes.
Is that like the sword of mercy?
Yes.
Cast fist. Did we go upstairs?
Okay, so you guys approach,
No fire.
and of course there are those fleshy vines that hang across the opening that leads upstairs. You go to part them, and they kind of twitch and flinch as you go to part them.
You hack at him with my axe. Will that?
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Chop them with the flaming sword.
Okay, you hack at them with your axe, and they you cleave through them very easily. They're flesh. I mean, they're just flesh. And this blackened ooze begins now just to trickle down and flow down over the opening.
Same kind of ooze that we saw on the back of his neck.
No. Well, I mean, that was a stain. It
No,
could.
I'm not doing
It's
that.
black.
Go get a new one.
So now this stuff is oozing down.
Wait.
It's a war paint though.
And the barbarian puts his warp. Okay. So what do you want to do?
Go up the stairs.
So you go underneath this stuff. I need you to make a wisdom save.
He's got a shield.
15.
How close are you to me?
I guess you're probably right behind me. It's
Yeah,
probably
did you get
him,
that?
me,
So
and you.
So you'll get advantage on that save, right?
No,
Okay,
you
so
get the charisma bonus.
suddenly you
Oh,
feel
yeah, you get my
that same
plus one.
rage boiling in you
So
that
19.
Antis did. You feel great anger, and you begin to believe in your heart of hearts that Hagmar is somehow responsible for the death of Malhavik's family.
Don't I get his +4?
You did make your save.
Oh.
That's
Plus-
with the save. Oh man.
Oh.
But you're able to push down those feelings
Okay.
and not act upon the rage you
I'll
feel.
try to be within 10 feet of a paladin.
Everyone's huddled together. Alright, so the Snog pushes his way and gets this goo on him, and you can see, like, the rage building, and he grits his teeth, begins to breathe heavily. He looks at Hagmar, gripping the haft of his axe, but eventually pushes his way through.
I'm gonna walk up where it's dripping and put my shield up and
Okay.
let everyone go on.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You can kind of redirect it. Ugga chugga.
We don't want any chances of somebody actually flipping out, going Hagmar.
Yeah, I get angry pretty easily. That would be good.
Yeah, you get angry under the best circumstances.
I didn't think about that. I got a shield.
Well, I didn't think about it until after you were under it anyway. So.
I'm a dwarf.
I got open
You get dirty.
chain. I can take a couple hits, I think.
So the stairs wind up, and it feels as though you probably climbed, a solid 20 feet of vertical distance. And they do, like I said, they do kind of wind their way around.
Like they're on the outer edge of the tree.
Yes. Alright, so I know Snog was first. And I'm guessing then that Bowden would be the last. I don't know the rest
I'll
of
go second.
Okay. Gordaz, you're second, coming up those stairs. Who's next?
I'll be next.
Next?
Took up the rear, so,
Well, he took up the
Oh,
rear
yeah,
because
I
he was
know.
holding the shield over.
like right in front of me.
I want to be behind.
Just like that.
Then hang out.
Okay.
And keep Hagmar separated from everyone.
What did I do?
Snog, when you come into this
Just
chamber,
think about that.
dangling from the walls and ceiling of this chamber are charms and fetishes crafted from bone and skin of mortal beings. Each of these grisly creations is fashioned to the fleshy surfaces using metallic pins and nails. A disgusting ichor, which you guys just saw, oozes from the piercings, leaving small droplets on the floor and streaks down the walls. The floor of this chamber is branded with dozens of evil runes and symbols that seem to emit a thin black vapor that rises about a foot from the ground.
I think we should step up though.
I'm gonna take go 10 feet forward
Okay?
and to the left or my right. No. Yes. That way, clear the door, and I'm gonna take out a. Can I see around the corner? That's all I see is those fetishes and stuff around the walls.
Do you have a light source? Oh, you have dark vision.
Yes.
You guys have a light source, so that would ruin his dark vision.
We were farther back.
Nobody said anything about turning around yet.
Okay, so you look around the corner and you can see that there's another chamber ahead.
I'm gonna take out my flask of holy water and throw it on the wall. Sprinkle, throw some on the wall to see what it does.
Okay, you can see okay, so mark off your holy water, and you spray it on the walls, and the walls twitch and seize, almost like a muscle seizing up, and it contorts, and the floor seems to quiver a little bit.
Is there any one fetish in particular that stands out?
walls are covered in them. Nothing seems to, in particular, to stand out more than another, but they all are unnerving in their own way.
Like, I mean, are there like thousands or hundreds or?
Are they idols to gods, or are they just like magical?
So you start scanning, make a perception test. I mean, there's hundreds of them covering the walls and ceilings.
4.
Well, you want to push up into the room, Malhavoc? You can.
As I'm just walking along the walls, I guess. So.
Okay. I assumed he was the only one that came in the room at this point.
Anybody else coming behind me?
I don't know where that all
Guys,
stop,
hello.
I'm
So-
assuming we'll
So,
file in.
Snog, you begin to look around and you realize that in this little alcove here, there is somebody tacked up to the wall. Their blonde hair hangs low over their face, but all of their skin on their torso is pinned open, kind of like an autopsy, and all of their entrails are pinned to the walls all around them.
I'll go.
Anyone else coming up?
I'll go up.
Yeah, I'll go.
Watch their rooms on the floor.
See, we're just all filing into the room.
All right.
Everyone file up. Head north.
So you're moving up here, you said?
File
Yeah.
up, head
Well,
north.
I'll keep a little distance.
Like
I'm
that?
gonna take a better look.
And the rest of us are just coming in.
And I still have some of the. I'm just gonna sprinkle some of it on the walls before just to see if it does anything, but I'm gonna save half of it for whatever that thing is on the wall.
Okay. So Malhava, you come up, and once again, your heart sinks. You look at the image of this creature on the wall, splayed open, and the hair is familiar to you, and the rough features you can see past the hair hanging down. Again, familiar. As you look on the face of your own wife, splayed open on the wall.
Do I know it's her? Or is that my role?
I'm asking what you do.
I'm asking, was that my role though?
That's
For noticing her, it was her?
it's her. Yeah.
Then, if I can't resist her or anything, then I'm gonna run up there and try and peel her down.
Okay, so you run up to try to peel her down, and you realize quickly that her head lurches up and stares at you. Her eyes are really big, and she's breathing heavily, very quick breaths. And though she's flayed open in such a way that nothing was damaged on her body except for the opening made to her torso. So the bleeding was stopped, but all of her organs are still attached. Everything's still working. You can even see as she's taking these quick breaths, her lungs contracting through her rib cage. And her hands are suspended against the wall, or trapped against the wall, and she begins to try to pull one hand free.
Trying to cut the hand free.
Do we
Pull
know
one
who
hand.
this is to him?
Only if he tells you.
Well, before he runs up there, I'm gonna grab him and say,
Well,
who
he's
is
already
this?
up there.
Or I'm gonna grab him and say, stop. What is this? Do you know this person?
It's my wife. She's alive.
This isn't alive. It's some hag trick.
Suddenly, Byron,
Mhm.
all of the fetishes that are pinned to the ceilings begin to ooze that black substance, and a drop falls on the top of your head. And I need you to make a wisdom save. And there's droplets starting to come down all around you.
22.
Okay. You begin to feel that rage build inside of you. A rage that you can't seem to, you don't feel like you can contain, but at the last moment before you lash out at somebody, you're able to stay your hand.
We gotta keep moving. This
Can,
place is gonna start taking us apart.
I put my shield up.
can I use a knowledge arcana to see if there's any of these fetishes stand out as any like spell or anything?
Okay. symbols that cover the walls have many different arcane uses. Some of them are for protection, anti-scrying. Some of them will enhance illusionary abilities. Some of them are necromantic. In other words, used to the trapping of souls.
I'll tell the party that.
But there's a wide variety of uses in this chamber.
But none of them stand out as from any of the others. I mean, in particular, I'm looking to see if there's Mercy Wentz fetishes stuck to the wall somewhere.
Well, you don't see anything that would represent her, no. So, now having you hear, you pull that arm free, and she's got her arm kind of shaking, and she points at the elf. He did this.
He did. Do you know where the can I see where the illusionary fetish is?
Well, there's bunches of them.
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
19.
Oh, jeez. All these good rolls, damn it. So when she starts shaking and pointing at Hagmar, he did this. And it's almost as though the evil of the place can't contain itself anymore. And the body begins to contort and laugh.
Can I?
And she grabs you by the scruff of your shirt and tries to pull you in close.
Can I firebolt?
Hold on. What do you do?
Probably allow it up until about that far away.
Okay. And it's her. She's staring at you, but she's got this strange look on her face. Just an unnatural, twisted laugh.
Do I believe it's her?
Not with that roll. You feel though as though your emotions, this place is preying on your emotions.
Then I guess at this point I'm going to put a foot against the wall and try and push myself back to
Okay.
break the grip hold.
Make a check.
Athletics, acrobatics,
Yeah, whichever one you want.
15.
All right, so you pull yourself back, and she hangs on to you, and she tears free from the wall. And when she flops on the floor, face down, obviously her whole body is just limp, and the floor, the fleshy floor, begins to swallow her up. And another drop falls on Gordon's. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Take out my weapon. Don't forget to
Oh,
Damn it! Gordez.
That's how you
The only thing that compares to what you feel now is perhaps when you fly into a rage to fight your enemies. But apparently Nika's very, very intent on you doing something for her, and I don't know what she wants.
ball.
Get your own ball, Nika.
All his life.
Nika.
We're busy here, Mike.
So this rage is building up inside of you, and you realize that something isn't right here.
We need to keep moving.
Yeah.
We
Let's
gotta
get
get
out
out
of
of these chambers.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
You want to move to the next one, I guess?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
The shield already have.
Shields up.
Shields up.
all two of you.
Cloak. I'll throw the hood up on my cloak.
My metal umbrella.
All right, so you guys begin to rush into the next chamber, and just as you do, that black ichor begins to drop like a steady flow of rain in this chamber. So let's have one more wisdom save from Hagmar and Gordaz.
What's your
as you guys
charisma?
rush into the next chamber.
What's your charisma?
Pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
18.
Seriously.
19.
Has anybody rolled below 15 or gotten below 15 yet?
Well, I rolled a
And when we get in a fight, we
Well,
won't
that would, I
get
mean,
anything.
Oh,
Since then, no.
I
Don't
think
jinx
that
it. We're on the road.
I think that ability is going to be very helpful here.
We're going to be able to stand with you. We'll have to stand with it.
Yes.
Well, actually, that's probably
We'll do
doable,
it
but I'd have to stand like in the center and everybody square around.
You got all the hands.
Tells me
Make sure
you're
it doesn't break.
supposed to lead.
Fire is your entire tail going back next to me.
They said so.
That was quick. I always wait for it to start.
They were, I guess Nick said he got calls during the day saying, hey, we want to play. We heard that you got tables there. I said, yeah, so that's when Matt called me. He was like,
I didn't even know that.
bring your stuff. And yeah, I'll send all of
I just knew that these guys were gonna stop playing Magic.
Just remember looking up and being like, oh shit, you got like 9 people already.
Yeah, there were 7 of them.
Well, they need even more tables now.
Well, we've got 5 tables.
got 5
The-
DMs.
The minimum amount, I think, is 7. Each table's got 7 to 9. Because the brothers, I think they had 9.
Well, I know I was standing
You
up
guys
buying a
had
soda,
none.
and the guy was talking to Nick, and he was there, I guess, dropping off his daughter or getting her settled in, and he said, yeah, and she's got a couple of friends coming too. I'm like, how do they find out this fast? That there's, I mean,
That must have.
I do a lot of stuff on the internet
that
about
short
what we
girl that was in
do.
my
I
table?
tag
No,
Titan games and
it was a
everything, so that might
taller,
be
thin
part of the
girl.
reason.
Long hair.
Yeah.
She was over with the brothers.
Okay, so let's funnel you guys into that chamber in the order that you would have gone in.
I'll go
I would imagine
probably
Gordaz
lead the way
and
first.
Hagmar would have been last.
If I want to be.
He wouldn't have been there by then because he was pushing his way against the wall.
I'm in there.
Gordaz and Hagmar last.
Well, they were kind of in the back.
Like that.
And this room back here again, it's not like a rainfall, but it's like drip, 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 drip.
Good leak everywhere.
Yeah, all over the ceiling. That fleshy ceiling where the fetishes have been pinned up into there. It's just dripping down, creating these little
Good. Black puddings everywhere.
yes, little stains on the floor. And of course that black vapor is emitting from all those runes on the floor.
Is it okay to breathe that?
I don't know, you guys walk through it. All
Are we
right.
out of it now? Is it dripping in this?
The black vapor is wafting into this chamber, but it's not. So sitting at the south end of this chamber is a macabre high-backed chair framed in bone and draped in the stretched scalps of dozens of humanoids. A small table at the side of the chair holds a large unlit candle, while pools of dried wax cling to the table's surface and cascade along pillars to the floor. Rotting books in the dozens are piled in the north end of the chamber. Moldy and waterlogged books crumble when disturbed. A wide table, I didn't draw the wide table, along the east wall holds a mess of small blades, rotted flesh, bits of gnawed bone, and bottles partially filled with a thick, ruddy liquid. And this almost looks like a work table where they would make those fetishes in the other room.
Go kick over the tail.
So you walk over to kick over the table. This one?
Yep.
Alright. So you walk over and kick this table over. What do you do?
Go up, look at the chair.
Okay. Moden goes over to the chair. What do you do?
I'm gonna keep an eye on the ceiling above us, make sure that
So you just kind of stay put and keep an eye out?
move me forward a bit to the next tunnel.
Like here?
A little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. You're kicking over. Hagmar, what do you do?
Flashballs open.
I want.
Betray us all.
It was.
It's a big
That's the
fur-covered
bone chair.
table covered in scalps and furs.
Is that the table or the chair?
This is the chair, and this is that wax-colored table next to it.
What's the other pile?
Piles of books and
Yeah.
papers.
I'll firebolt the table.
So Hagmar goes up there and firebolts the table. All right.
12.
All right. So you shoot the candle on the table.
The lights.
7.
Okay. Antis, what do you do?
Do we have a light source out?
No.
Okay.
I can
assume
But
they
there's like a
probably should have.
gloomy light from the. You can see it coming from outside. There's a gloomy light coming in.
Okay.
This passage, though, you guys are like 30 feet above the floor of the swamp, or 20 feet above the floor of the swamp. That leads outside.
I'm pretty sure that there's the table's on fire, so.
So you don't really need a heck of a lot of light.
Okay.
I guess is what I'm saying.
I'll check out this pile of books.
Okay. Byron, what do you do?
I will move to the exit entrance
Okay.
to look around.
You can see it. That goes out on an enormous limb.
Do I see anything out there?
There's all kinds of those fleshy vines coming down from above. But other than that, you don't really see much
I see
moving
other
around up there.
enormous limbs.
Well, this tree was covered in them, remember?
Okay.
The chair have any runes or any carvings or anything?
What?
Does the chair have
I'll
any
stand
runes or
over
carvings or anything that would be?
Well, we'll get there in just a second. Gord, or Snog, I'm sorry, what do you do?
I'll move towards the chair to look it out, check it out. Now, particularly the table next to it, see if there's anything on it.
All right.
Smoldering.
So you guys move over to the chair. And make a perception roll for the two at the chair. There it is.
There's your low roll. So perception, that's a 5.
14.
All right, so you notice that there's a fur on the seat of the chair that's wrapped up, has something wrapped in it, and as you're checking it out, something catches you out of the corner of your eye, almost like a shadow moving.
I'll ready my axe and turn towards it.
Okay, so you turn around, and there's nothing there.
Which way is it facing? Say he turns around.
Turn towards it.
Would my one be enough to see him turn around?
You're over there picking your nose,
I don't know what
mining some gold.
Passive perception cause him turn around?
What's your passive perception?
I've got 14.
Yeah, you probably
So-
noticed that Snog wheels around with his axe at the ready.
And it looks
Hey,
like
gentlemen,
he's
something's
and,
afoot.
and it looks like he's looking at me.
In your direction, yeah.
So I'm going to just hold my shield out just in case.
Okay.
Heads up, gentlemen, there's something afoot.
Let's spin around, knock an arrow.
Okay. Suddenly, a hand reaches up through the floor and tries to take a swipe at Hagmar.
No.
Kind of.
A spectral black hand.
Why me? Feel like me.
Because you were more.
Not,
Fire the
not
arrow.
anymore.
You were. I said were. You were more.
One
They still
mark
know who
always
you are
mark.
and what you've done.
Or are you still marked?
No.
Open
Critical dice.
Open your mouth.
21.
Just because we don't see the mark doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah.
Josh, that's wow, that's gonna be a lot of damage.
70 points of damage.
The thing grabs onto you with one arm, and then plunges its other arm right into your chest.
Ooh.
Ah.
26 points of damage, Josh. We need to roll initiative. The thing literally leaps up from the floor. Alright. Grab my other marker. We got Bowden.
With a 16.
We got Gordaz.
18.
Jeez. Mal?
8. I failed.
Hag?
13.
Antis?
16.
Mitch?
24.
Oh, bunch of liars.
Bowden and Antis, what are your pluses?
-1.
One. One.
Snog.
14.
Oh. Bringing down the curve since 1997.
Oh no, the monster did poorly. What's your plus?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Um,
And a 3.
He actually rolled a negative. He still got it.
so this thing leaps up from the floor, grabs grabs Hagmar and plunges its claw into Malhavic's chest, who lurches back and begins to convulse.
Big Hagmar.
And this is all, Hagmar. Sorry, did I say Malhavic again?
Yeah.
Sorry, Hagmar.
Yeah.
This is all psychic damage. And Mitch Bean, you see this. What do you do?
I will run over to it and punch it repeatedly.
Right there.
Worship it.
4 that way,
This way.
and then diagonal 2.
Okay, so
That's
Mitch
35.
closes it in. Hey Josh, can you grab me another drink?
24 for the first hit,
Hit.
and then a 13 for the second. And that is 8.
8 damage.
These are magical blunt.
They are magic, are they?
Yes.
Okay. Up next, the monster has to go last. I don't know if it's going to survive. Bowden?
Well, okay.
Yeah, 1 against 7 of the odds are in its favor.
I'm going to cast Branding Smite.
You're going to cast what?
Branding Smite.
Branding Smite. Okay.
And I'm going to. I'll figure out what else I need.
Oh dear.
2 and a 6 or 9 and 13. I'm
Okay.
guessing that does not hit.
Correct. Correct.
So I wave my mace at the guy and.
So, yeah.
Look warm.
Bowden closes in and swings his mace twice, but the incorporeal creature quickly dodges the attacks. Antis.
He's just
Leave secret plans.
Okay.
It still lives there.
It's up for a minute.
A lot.
Alright.
This is save DC.
15. So as a bonus action, I'll use
This
healing.
thing seems to be extraordinarily agile.
Okay. I'll use healing word on Hagmar
Okay.
for 7, 9, 10.
That's very well.
Okay.
Sure, he gets 10 cases, gets like 2.
Up next, after Antis, is Snog.
I'm going to close in that corner there.
Are you
Yeah,
skipping
right
or
there.
did everybody get pretty good rolls?
Huh?
Because I had like an 18.
Did I skip you?
I don't know.
Did I skip you?
I guess because I didn't move yet.
Oh, it's Gordaz's turn. Sorry.
That's okay.
You're right here, right?
I'm
Yeah.
like, man, everybody rolled really well. If
Sorry.
18 and
You
I'm
just gotta
doing
keep me
4.
honest. When I'm not using my little magnetic
Yeah.
chart, I lose track sometimes. Alright, go ahead. Snog. Gordaz, sorry.
And I'm gonna swing my sword twice.
Alright.
I'm not gonna ready. Yeah, just normal attacks. So it's gonna be 14 and then 26.
26 hits.
It's gonna be down slashing and 1 fire.
Okay. Fire does not seem to phase it.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, I can turn this thing off, so it's gonna have to deal with it.
Well, it is illuminating the area, which the creature does not seem to like. Now we'll go with Snog.
Alrighty. I'm gonna move up to that corner,
You got it, Josh?
and I'm gonna take a whack at it. 9, that's 17.
You hit.
12.
Wow. Got it?
Yeah. That's it.
Hagmar.
I'm gonna use Shocking Grasp.
Alright. Shock away, sir.
Ooh. That would be a 25.
You definitely hit. So the creature lurches back, pulls its arm out of your chest as you zap it.
Ooh, for 13 damage.
Wow. That's a pretty good roll. 3 off of max.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it definitely loses. It loses its reaction. Malhavoc, you got a clear shot.
Yay!
Or do you want to close?
I knocked an arrow, so.
Okay.
Shut that Agmar.
I hit. 27 to hit.
Yes. It is definitely wounded.
Grievously wounded.
It is grievously wounded.
14 damage.
Okay.
Still up.
Still up.
Second shot. 14 to hit.
14 misses. Finally, it gets to go, and it disengages and vanishes through the wall.
Coward.
We gotta be on our guard. It might come back anytime. The most inconvenient time.
Maybe should we put a light source on?
Yeah. I'll go, is there anything hanging on the walls by that entrance where we just came from?
I mean, there's all those fetishes all over the place.
Something
But
that's
you
not a
just can
fetish?
cast it on
Not really, no.
Okay, that's okay.
The only thing other than that are like the fleshy vines that kind of hang down.
I'll touch one of the vines and put light on it
Okay.
as a cantrip.
Alright.
And then I'll go back to the chair to investigate.
I'll cast light on my mace.
Okay. So you investigate the chair, and again, there's this leathery hide that has bits of fur still attached to it, wrapped in something, and it's wrapping something.
I think I'll take a potion of healing.
Do I know what the fur is?
Make a medicine check.
Ooh, I'm proficient in medicine.
Natural 1. 3.
I got,
You don't have a clue.
I got 13.
Take
That
an
furry
exercise.
hide, that's lizard folk hide.
Can I walk up to it and see what it
I
is?
got
Deb?
13.
You're not sure what that is.
I walk up to it and see
These
what
are
it is.
full
Deb.
fur.
Some sort of creature. Go ahead.
It's not frozen.
So
Guys, there,
22.
chest.
22. That's definitely the scalp of a human. It's not a hide.
I'll try to look at the books to see what
They're soggy, destroyed. They look like they read a book and they just throw it in a pile. And of course, the humidity from the swamp just ruins it.
Do I know what's written in or what's about? Or?
Well, you begin to like pull open books and they just crumble in your hands. They're just in terrible conditions. There's really nothing there that's of use.
Okay.
I want to look at that table.
Okay.
That
He
shit-
kicked it over. Or you're talking about the little candle table? There's a big candle there.
The one that's next to the chair.
Yeah, there's a big candle there. It's covered
There's
in
nothing
wax.
else there.
Nope.
Is there anything
I
behind the
asked
chair?
Mitch what he saw when he went down into the opening.
It's open. We're on one of the branches once we leave here, which will get us out of this
But inside,
ooze.
inside of your mud guardian,
Is it literally outside though?
Yes.
On the side of a branch.
Did you see the Mud Guardian when you were up?
I didn't look down.
I mean, we just went one set of stairs up. We can't be that high off the ground.
I'm gonna go look at the debris from the table that he kicked over
Okay.
and kind of swish through it with my axe to see if there's anything that stands out.
All the materials you would need to make all these unholy fetishes.
But no, nothing that really stands out.
Want to destroy it?
Who's gonna consecrate? Is that even a spell anymore?
Huh?
Is consecrate even a spell anymore?
No, it's not, sadly.
Really?
That's what I say.
Really?
Unless they folded it into another spell that I don't
I
know.
think they're like Halo or something like that. Would do something similar to that.
Maybe, yeah.
Good check.
I mean, we're quite there yet. So should we keep moving forward? Mitch, do you want to go
Yeah.
peek outside on the bench?
I'll run up to the doorway.
Okay. So you guys are done with the chair and everything?
I wanted to look behind the chair, see if there was
Okay.
anything back there.
You look behind the chair. The only thing that stands out is this thing that's in a wrapping.
Alright, yeah, I thought there was something else there. Huh?
Can I
Flip it.
can I try to
Oh.
destroy the table or the fetish making?
He kicked it over. I mean, it's just parts and bits scattered everywhere now.
I'll, kind of use a dagger and kind of swish through, see if I can open that without
Yeah.
touching it.
So you pull the scalp off of whatever's it's wrapped in. There's a tome underneath.
Can I open it with the knife?
Yeah. You open it up and it looks like a magical tome.
The Necronomicon.
No, it's not. It's not an evil book.
Was it? What language is it written?
Do I see any words? that I
You can make
read?
a Arcana check, Josh, if you want.
Okay. 17.
Josh says, I think that's a magic tome of understanding.
No, I can't use it.
What's it do?
Increases your intelligence by 2 and your maximum intelligence by 2.
I don't know.
Ooh, hey.
Takes a week to study, though.
Yeah, we're gonna do some
It's that's a magical.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a
tight
smart
skills over
dwarf.
at the moment.
I could be the smartest dwarf in the whole village.
The whole village. You can't call me the village idiot anymore.
I think
I found a tome of understanding that had lots of pictures.
I think I could use
Bob
that.
Hops, the whole-
There's great toilet paper.
So Hagmar's like, I really want that. You know, and opposed to that, so we can move on.
Yeah.
I'll duel you for
You
it.
say half.
Yeah.
Don't make me thunderwave you.
I'll take your thunder wave and I'll plant an axe in your forehead.
Okay, so
You've been drinking the drips.
Yeah, we can just take the tome off of his body once he betrayed us and he's dead.
Yeah.
I think
We'll share-
I'm
we'll-
still down.
we'll
some.
split
I
the-
think I'm gonna.
Don't
take,
damage the book while you kill him.
I think I'm gonna take a potion before we go into another fight.
Cortez,
Another one?
we can split the intelligence.
You're drinking the
You read
entire
half and I'll read
guy.
half.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That got me exactly at full. I drank 2 potions.
So, you got this huge branch outside. It looks like it's well traveled. In other words, it's pretty clear that people use this come and go across this branch quite a bit. And there are all those fleshy vines. It's just a mess, a tangle of them hanging down from the next branch above, about 20 feet up.
How far down is it if I duck around the corner and look?
Let's see. It's about 20 feet down, and not far away, you could see the Mud Guardian plodding in this kind of general direction.
A 17 stealth as I plaster myself up against the trunk.
Okay. And you think, based on the size of Volturnus, if he got up on his hind legs, he could put his forelegs on the edge of the limb there if he wanted to.
So we probably should look for a way farther up.
Or wait till he's on the other side of the tree and then like that.
What's at the other end of the branch?
Say what?
What's at the far end of the branch?
It slowly tapers to a point, but there's nothing out there.
That's weird. Where are you going now?
Giant acorns.
Why would it be well traveled if it doesn't go anywhere?
Yeah.
You see stairs going up?
Vines.
Point to the line.
Climb up.
And again, the
Some of us
vines are
can.
just a tangled mess. Like, you could easily find footholds and stuff and climb your way up.
Well, you want to do that once the Mud Guardian is past us?
Is there any? There's no windows in that room or anything
No.
looking out.
Nope.
I try and scale it down. If there's something up at the top that I'm like, I can walk around on that.
Yeah, there's another huge limb above.
I'll try and scale it.
All right, so move Malhavoc. Let's put everyone as he begins to move. Where is everyone standing?
I'll move next to that.
Next to Mitch. Or Mitch is
Yeah, put me right there at the
by the
by
exit.
them.
Yeah. Not too far out, so we stay out of sight of the Mud Guardian.
All right, the passage opens up onto a
Maybe
massive
that-
limb of the tree
right
of
there on the
decay.
corner. Back
Rough
there,
with
that
many
one.
sharp
Back-
edges, the bark of the tree crunches underfoot as you step out.
Just in case that other thing.
The limb reaches out 60 feet from the trunk and is 20 feet from the swamp below. A heavy curtain of twisted vines and moss hangs down from the limb 40 feet above. So this is a 40-foot climb up. So as soon as Malhavoc gets up to the vines, finds his footing, and tries to climb, two shambling mounds explode from the vines and attack.
Disengage.
This is less than ideal.
So we'll need initiative rolls.
That's all you hear from the middle of the table.
Are the rolls falling my way now? That's the question.
Probably a bit more than the previous fight.
Shambling mounds are deadly. Deadly, deadly.
Same thing as us, maybe minus one.
All right. So Bowden,
13.
13. Gordaz.
9.
Mal.
7.
What the hell? Hagbar.
7.
I imagine Mal is plus.
Yes.
Antis.
14.
Okay. Mitch.
14.
Who's the plus?
I'm the plus.
Yeah, I
I'm
see.
plus 4.
Snog.
17. 18, sorry.
18. And 8 for the monsters.
Yay! There's still
I
going
don't think you got Bowden in there,
Bowden was 13. He's first. I just go around the table. Okay. So these things peel through, and it's almost like they're a part of the curtain of vines.
did you? You're missing one.
Who did I miss?
No, you're not.
The priest from Sunday.
There's a weird gap.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
How about the NPC from Sunday?
Yeah.
Snog, you're up first. You see the vines come to life, essentially, and attack.
Can I get up there?
Well, that's where you're standing right now.
Certain
These
angles.
warmer legs. I think that's 25.
Can I get in that gap between the two?
You could dash to get up there. See what
Can
you
I
want
get
to do?
this gap? Here.
That's 5, 15, 20.
5, 15, 20.
Okay.
Is that, what's that?
25.
It's 25.
No, that is 30. Sorry, that's 30.
You can pass her from this way, right?
You could dash if you want to keep going.
Nah, sacred.
Okay.
And I'll cast Sacred Flame.
On which one?
The closest one.
Okay. 1.
So I hit.
Holy surprise. Holy crap,
What is
Sacred Flame
Sacred
hit.
Flame? Shit.
2d8.
Huh?
2d8.
2d8.
There you go.
12.
See, I told you that's how you roll.
I've been rolling like that.
Been rolling good too.
Yeah.
You're supposed to throw them at the ceiling, then they're supposed to come
That was
down.
Josh's training when he was a kid.
You're supposed to throw them at the ceiling. They come down, and you always roll 20 every time.
The best rolls he ever made was that it would almost hit the ceiling, but not quite, and came back down.
So what you're saying is however many feet the die can travel, that's what the number they're going to be on.
Yeah.
First blood.
So, ooh, bring him on. So radiant damage explodes through the.
The crack addicts are selling.
Oh, the Girl Scout cookies. You're right, crack. Crack.
We're looking up at you with these cartoony eyes, and you just can say no.
One
That's
guy
right.
at work, both his daughters are selling.
You don't
and
buy
one
her-
of the other
you're wrong on the
drivers has
diet
already
for
bought
her.
$100 worth.
Did you see the story of the little girl who set up shop outside of one of those Denver
Dispensaries?
pot dispensaries? She
Yeah.
sold 300 boxes in just a couple hours.
I bet. Or they're trying to actually make a permanent location of those things.
What's
sure
funny
the Girl
is that
Scouts are cleaning up this
one of
house.
their blends, of marijuana is called GSCs, Girl Scout cookies, because it's a sweet blend. All right, so after Snog, we have Mitch.
I'll step up this way or that way. This way. And attack that one. 17 and a 20.
You hit both.
That's where they were originally.
They're over there originally.
I don't know if Dad wanted some.
No, I know. It's fine. Leave them there.
16 points.
Total?
Yep.
All right. Got it?
Separated?
No.
No.
Antis.
I'll step out around this way, and then I'll cast Sacred Flame at this guy.
11.
Alright.
They're not too quick.
15.
Okay.
Casters are taking that one down. Melee will work on this one.
Bowden.
I'll move up first one and take dash attacks against him.
Okay.
Start to hit.
So,
And still do it damage.
we got 9 plus 14 altogether.
This is
Well, how much? Should be more than that, right? What's your plus damage?
But then, 4. So,
Well, then you're using the mace or the sword?
yeah, I'm using the mace, so it's plus 5.
Okay. So it's plus 5 for each attack.
Oh, okay. So that would be
19.
19.
There.
Why I thought you only had plus 1, but
Yeah, actually. Posted the on YouTube where they're telling me cocaine.
I think it's Gordaz.
I told you.
Put me just behind Malava.
It only goes in the deep jungle of Mexico.
Years in Colombia.
I'm gonna rage.
Uh-oh.
The deep jungle of Colombia
Thank you.
actually is where the cookies heal.
I'm gonna attack the one.
I cooked.
Maybe 14. Second one is gonna be 26.
Hit.
Of them. So that's 26 slashing. Oh, 12 fire.
Okay. 12 fire, so
Burn, baby.
fire doesn't hurt them too much, but it does. How much slashing?
26.
26 slashing?
Yeah.
Holy Christ.
Hey, when I'm raging, I got plus 8 damage with the Black Lotus.
Oh, that's right. You're tripping right
He
now
stopped up.
from Black Lotus.
Do I get something for your rage?
And what Black Lotus give you?
Do I get
Mine's
something
to
for your rage?
intelligence.
What are you looking for, Henry?
Should melee attack the worm. Trembling moments to get advantage on your attacks.
Alright, so
This
the
is
shambling mounds that were hidden are gonna. First one's gonna turn on Malhavoc, and the second is gonna attack Gordaz, the one that just got raked over the bullet. But sadly for Hagmar here, the Shadow Demon reappears as well
See? I
to
knew he was
rejoin
coming
the
back.
fight.
We didn't see that coming.
Okay, so we'll first do these Shamblers, then we'll do the Shadow Demon.
Can I use my reaction to throw up a shield?
You could do it after the attack, because if I miss, you don't want to waste a spell slot.
Okay.
You know. And remember, once the shield is up, it's good for the whole round.
Okay.
So it's not just for one attack. Alright, so first I'll attack Malhavoc. 16.
Misses.
Oh. 14. It's even less. And then Gordaz. Miss. Man, not so good today. There we go. That's a 21.
Oh, that is.
So it hits you, and its vines and all of its fleshy and plant-like material wraps it up Gordaz and begins to engulf him. Ugh. Oh, minimum damage though.
It's worse than your socks.
6 points.
Alright, so I take 3. That's bludgeoning or something like that.
It is, yeah, bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and put Gordaz in the same square as the first Shambler there. There you go. It begins to wrap him up. You'll have to take an action to escape, or you can continue fighting. But if you wait too long, eventually you'll be restrained inside of it.
Alright.
And then the Shadow Demon attacks Hagmar from behind.
This time, through his bug.
This time,
Makes
we'll
sense.
give him an exam.
Wait, what? Wait, what did you roll?
Well, what do you want to throw your shield up? What would your armor class be with shield up?
21.
Okay, do you want to use shield? You know I rolled a 17. You don't know what its bonus is to hit.
No, I won't.
Okay, that's probably a good choice. That would have likely hit anyway. Okay, so we got 12, 18, 19, 25 points of damage, psychic damage to you, as it does the same thing as it did before. It hovers over you, its hands clenching your skull as it begins to attack you mentally. Alright,
Need my therapy cat.
up next is Malhavoc.
Might have been a good call on that healing
So
potion.
I'm gonna need
Might have been a good call in taking his
tell
healing
me if
potion.
it's possible,
Okay.
or if I would know it was possible, I guess. Are these creatures still attached to the tree?
They appear to be part of the vines that are hanging down.
So I mean, like if I was to just full out kick this thing to knock it off the branch onto the ground, is that feasible?
Well, it's tangled into the vine, so you would, I mean, if you look at it, you would think that it's not going to go anywhere.
Okay, so could I do first attack, slash the vines above it, and then second attack, boot it off the edge?
You could try, sure.
Alright, we'll do that.
Let's
So,
do it.
First off, I cast Hunter's Mark on it,
Okay,
so it's marked by me.
okay,
And then slash it away.
okay. So go ahead and make your attack roll at the vines. Don't make a critical fail, and I think you'll be good.
5 plus.
Yeah, so you slash the vines above it, and they come trickling down on top of the creature.
And then just.
You want to make it, it's a shove attack. Is that opposed athletics?
Should be, yeah.
It's
just
the same
like
mechanic as a grapple.
Yeah, same mechanic as a grapple.
So he can use his acrobatics as well?
Yeah.
Alright, and I'll use my athletics.
I believe the defender can use
21.
athletics or acrobatics.
Oh.
Because
Can
you
he
can
attacker.
Can
do
resist
too.
or avoid it. Attacker is athletics always.
Attacker's athletics always?
Mhm.
Okay,
'Cause
so
you're
what,
trying, you're trying
is
to
it 21 with
strength.
athletics?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I got a 21 as well. So defender gets the tie.
Yep.
So it
Wait.
kind of teeters a little bit.
Do I get anything because of his rage?
No, it's just on attacks.
You're too far from me to get my bonus too.
It's only saving throws, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of teeters a little bit now that it's been freed of the vines. But it doesn't go over. You can try again next round.
I think he's 10 feet from me.
Well, but it's a.
But,
he was the attacker. I was
Yeah.
thinking he was defender.
Hagmar?
So let's say I Thunderwave, Dad,
Uh-huh.
and he gets pushed back. Would I get attack of opportunity off of
No,
him when he
because
goes back?
you only get an attacker opportunity when the creature's using its own movement to make the move.
Okay, I'm gonna Shocking Grasp.
Okay?
16.
You hit.
That'd be 10.
10. And the creature, as it recoils from you, and then begins to dissipate, much like the black vapor you saw in that really original chamber. It was nearly dead from the original
Can
encounter.
I see what that was?
That's an Arcana check.
20.
It was a very, very large shadow demon.
Do I know it's dead?
It's dead.
It was already dead.
Oh, the shadow demon. I guess they don't have a dual nature, so.
And then I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna move or.
Yeah, you can move still.
There.
Okay. So after Hagmar, I think we go right back to the top with Snog.
Alright. Can I get into that space where Vordaz was?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, move me up in there. And,
Technically, you don't even need to be. You could be one back and still be able to hit the creature because the creature got kind of shoved back a little bit. He's actually a little bit forward. Yeah. So you could actually be one square back and still
Okay.
attack it.
Right.
that'll give me room to get back in
You've got advantage.
there. Huh?
Gordaz, he's a frothing mess of madness
So I get-
inside of the creature.
19.
You hit.
14.
Okay. Got it. Y'all done?
Yeah.
Okay. Mitch. Which you going after the other one still?
Yep.
Okay.
The 14. That's a 19.
19 hits.
8 points. Then I will bonus action flurry.
Okay. Is that that's the one you're trying to shove off, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Flurry 15
Hit.
and a 20.
Hit.
8, 9, 10 points, but then he needs. He needs a strength save,
Okay.
so you make it 2 of them.
Okay. You're gonna use 2 key points, huh?
No,
Just one?
that's part of the. That's
Oh.
that's hooked into the open hand technique.
All right. 15. No, 16
That one will make it.
and 14. 15. Sorry, 15.
That one will make it. 14 tied it, so I was basically shoving him.
Oh, okay. These things are powerfully built. Powerfully built. After Mitch, we got Antis.
I'll move over here and do second level cure wounds on Headlight. 7, 11, 13, 15. Thanks.
15 points of healing. Anything else? You got a bonus action left.
Or sucking up healing.
That's his plan. So we end up at the final part.
Yeah.
No resources.
Drinks all potion.
You using that?
No. I'm done.
Okay.
Completely healed. I don't care.
Bowden.
I'm not agile. I don't just
Okay.
take potions.
Two more attacks on the one in front of me.
Just
That
take
one
leave.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah, 16. So that's 4 and 9.
13.
No, 9 altogether.
9 altogether. Oh,
4
okay.
plus 5.
1, 0. Okay, got it. After Bowden, we go to Gordaz, right?
So I'm just on grapple right now.
You are in a grapple right now. Next round, if you don't do anything, you'll be restrained automatically.
Alright. I'll keep swinging at it.
Okay.
24 to hit.
You hit.
14 slash and 2 fire.
Okay.
13 is a miss.
Yeah, 13 misses. Okay. After Gordaz, we got the monster. And Gordaz suddenly gets enveloped by this thing. And let's go back to my Shambler.
Still able to see him?
No, you can't see him. He begins to suffocate. Okay, so the one over here that you just freed is going to. What's their intelligence? Attack you. I was gonna have it sidestep, but he's not that smart. First attack, 8. That's 15. Second attack, even less, so he misses. And then the one that's got Gordaz attacks Bowden. I think I can only hold one of you, one medium-sized creature at a time. Yes. Attack Bowden. First attack is a 20.
That hits.
Second attack misses. That's 2d8 plus 4 damage. Minimum damage again, 6. That's twice. I've done that. Okay. Malhavoc.
Boot him again.
Boot him again. Alright, let's do that opposed roll.
Natural 20.
Oh!
25.
19, but your natural 20, you got him. You give it the strong boot, and the thing topples backwards into the swamp below, 20 feet.
That kill him?
No, it won't kill him, but he's out of the fight, effectively.
And then...
That's future damn.
Kick that one off, too.
If I fire an arrow, am I too close?
You are adjacent, so it would be disadvantage. Oh, but you have your swords out, so. So this is essentially your second attack.
So I know I can swing without hitting him, right? Or
Yeah,
he
yeah,
blows.
you can swing that. It's an enormous creature.
Is that advantage?
Inside the creature, I can't be any closer to the creature than that.
So,
You walk within 5
sure,
feet
at
of
that
it.
time. So my advantage roll will take me to a 26.
You hit?
It's been damaged, yes.
Yes.
Kind of right where I wanted to be. Part of the action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't help it. Maybe you swing.
13 damage.
13. Alright, got it.
And wait. That was with Prosper. So, cold damage. Another 5.
This thing about being surrounded, you can attack in any direction.
Hagmar.
Can I see?
Yeah, you can see him.
I think I'll firebolt.
Firebolt.
That would be a 26.
You hit?
Felix. 14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. Snog.
I'll whack away. Am I still at advantage?
Yes, because he's still raging just on the inside of the creature.
Alright. 16?
Hits.
14?
Alright, so the creature falls limp. Well, with the exception of the centered engulf area that's still shaking. But the creature itself falls limp in the tangle of vines that it's attached to. And you look back over your shoulders and you can see Volturnus slowly making his way towards you. And it's pretty clear that he's seeing you as the mud begins to ripple violently in blacks and browns and reds. The reds in particular seem to cover its head and eyes. And though it's still slowly plodding towards you, it will reach you in a couple of rounds.
Oh, guys, we need to get out of here.
Maybe we should get up these lines quick.
We need to get him out of the... Well, they went to go there. Gordes.
Coming up pretty quick, I think.
You guys can free him in one round,
Okay.
using one round.
Can I see the plate? Can I see
Everyone
what's,
that's
above
slow
the vines?
should probably
We can
start
see the
climbing
vines
up
just go up to another tree limb, but that's as much as you can see. It goes 40
I'll
feet
break
up.
out my
40 feet up.
my
and we
sickle.
can get the eye
I have a
before
dem
dragon
door.
comes to us.
Cutting him out
Because I have a dem door
Okay.
because I
already.
can move quick.
Yeah, just wanna take one person on yourself.
You can take two people, Josh. Yourself and one other person.
Because I
Who's-
the best at it.
Well, you don't need a roll unless you want to climb fast. There's so many footholds and handholds. It's like climbing up one of those nets. You know,
How high is it?
40 feet.
I believe
First we can try making it on the upper branch, but then we're gonna discover the dragon so we can breathe fire where it was breathing before.
And we don't necessarily know what's coming up.
my
until we
cat
get to
should
the-
make it.
Your cat's probably like clinging to your back, shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, my
I can
cat
go
has a
first.
climb speed of 40, I
I'll
believe.
go first.
The whole time, that thing on his back has been his cat.
That wasn't a witch's mark.
Okay, so Malhavoc says, let's move, and he
Yep.
starts climbing up.
If everybody wants to wait
go.
till I'm
I'll
at the
take
top,
a
that's
defensive
fine.
position and let them
Can jump be
slower
acrobatics or
people
is it just
well,
athletics?
sleep. Actually, only Snog is the only one who still has, because you got 35 feet, right?
Yeah.
So you got, are you still at 25 or are you?
Yeah, I'm still at 25.
You want to get climbing and
Yeah,
Is jump can be
Just
jump
wait,
be
man.
acrobatics?
I want to get up to the next level
Jump?
and...
Yeah.
But acrobatics is like balance and that sort of thing, tumbling, whereas athletics is like raw strength and like jump would be athletics.
Okay.
Jumping, climbing.
I was wondering if I could just jump because I could really
Acrobatics is
jump.
gymnastics. Athletics is lifting weights.
You want to clear the miniatures a sec so I can
But Headmore didn't.
Gilmore's trying to parkour up there.
Skip,
hardcore.
leg and arm day.
Yeah, somebody here in chat
Headmore
teaches
skips
parkour.
every day.
Skip.
You stay in the library just like all the nerds.
The library.
Very-
There, Josh, clean the rest of that, please. Make sure you get it really good.
Hagmar red.
Clean his
Pretty
arm.
cute.
No, that's Johnny Soul.
permanently.
All right, so you go first. Are you gonna just climb at like a quarter speed so you don't risk any fall, or are you gonna make an athletics check?
Do I have urgency?
Well, you know that creature's coming in behind you. The best you think that the dragon could do is get his paws up onto that branch and maybe get his head up. But if you get up a little ways, you're going to be out of its reach.
I'll go my quarter speed, maybe half.
Okay, so you begin to climb up. That's going to be a pretty simple roll for you. If you want to make an athletics check.
It's okay.
Okay, so you scurry up the side of that thing post haste.
They would have guidance.
What do you want to do, Bodhi?
I'm gonna climb up and I'll try the roll.
You think you can cast guidance on me so I can,
And that is 15.
Okay, you get up the side. And let's keep track of the order you guys go in. Where's that rag, Josh?
I threw it away.
Oh, okay. just gonna erase some of this.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Hagmar.
All right, Hagmar, make your roll. You roll a extra D4.
Ugh. 2.
How did you get a 2 with a guidance spell going?
I rolled a 2, then I rolled a 2 on the D4.
So that's a
Oh,
4.
you're -2, aren't you?
Yeah.
So Hagmar falls upside down. His ankle is twisted in all the vines, and he's like literally just beside himself.
Hurry up and leave him there for the dragon.
That's our dimension dooring.
Do you have Misty Step, Josh? I think Misty Step's only 30 feet, though.
That's not ready.
Okay.
Yourself all the way
You
down.
always should have that ready.
All right. So let me draw.
I had dimension
'Cause
doors.
we're gonna have to stagger this. So who you want to try climbing next?
Yeah, I'll try
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Is there a way that I could do?
Ooh, 4.
Okay, Mitch. It's,
One.
so put
I'm going
Mitch up
half
here.
speed.
Can I just dem door me and Antis up?
Yes, you can. You'll have to mark off the big spell, though.
But should, it's just...
What is this, athletics?
Yes.
15.
All right, so you're up.
Is there a way where we can get up there?
It's not.
Yeah,
you
you
roll.
failed it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
It's called climbing.
Hagmar didn't
Alright,
take
you're up.
climbing class.
But
You
we're
can
gonna have to
follow.
stagger this because something's gonna happen as soon as you get up there. Something's gonna happen. So we're gonna have to stagger this as you guys go up. And you guys can climb 4 abreast since there's so many
Yeah.
vines and stuff.
I hate to do this because I don't know what else I could do, so I'll just cast the door.
Using those giant spells.
I don't know how else to get up there, Dad. You have
Climb, like everybody else.
I did.
You can
Climb
try
better.
climbing again.
Climb up,
Climb.
down.
You know,
Oh,
climb
well,
at quarter speed now.
Don't climb feet
Yeah.
first, don't worry.
If you go to quarter speed, you don't even need to roll.
Thank you.
What's
But that's super slow.
how slow would that be?
Quarter of your speed.
A quarter of your speed.
What's your speed?
So like
30.
30.
So half it, and then half that.
7.5.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
the
So you're
dragon
going
eats
you're
you.
going essentially like 10 feet around. So it'll take you 4 rounds to get up there. So you're going to be about a couple of rounds behind the rest of the group.
Yeah, I think I'll just save the spell.
Are you gonna roll again? Try to move up there.
I'm just gonna give it a quarter speed.
Antis, do you want to keep trying, or you want to like do what Hagmar's? Go slow.
I'll go slow.
Okay.
The slow blow penetrates this shield.
Follow the dragon, guys.
So some of the vines were slashed, but you can still go 4 abreast.
So I go like 7.5 feet.
So you'll be the first to get up there. You'll have to be in second, third. Essentially, you guys, this line of people is around behind Malhavoc.
Catch my lifeless body. I don't know.
You have to hold the bridge.
Let's see, where did I put those?
Break down.
It's the right place.
It is the right place. Yes. Yes.
Stop pulling out beholders.
No.
I did get a couple more beholders, by the way.
Click hold the short.
I'm donating a bunch of miniatures to a group in the Netherlands that doesn't have access to a game store. And of course, getting stuff overseas is always a pain. So
No
we ship
game
them.
store? That's foreign language to us.
Okay.
Afraid to say it sounds like a meat.
So they don't have game stores in the Netherlands?
Well, they do. Just not where they live.
Oh.
They don't have Imperial in the Netherlands.
Guess they need to drive to the U.S.
Some. Yeah, but then
Josh.
someone's got to take their finger out of the knife and it floods the whole place by the time you get back.
Watch
If
yourself,
we're about to
boy.
leave France, take a deep breath.
Car that drives on water.
I got a headache.
Oh, that one's broken.
Wait for the bearing straight to freeze.
Long tube,
Forget,
long
like,
tube
James
coming out of the
Bond's
top of the car. Snorkel one.
Silly buddy
Yeah, that
crammed
was
into
really
the
good for
window.
the Russians and their tanks.
Passengers on the periscope.
I'll use these two. I had another one and I can't see which one I put in.
Make a right up the seal.
PMPs, yeah.
They got periscopes.
Oh man.
Way out on this branch, there's a creature perched, and up on higher branches above,
For more hagglers.
you got more of these things.
Are they expecting us? Or me?
Well, they begin to sing. Oh,
Oh, they're bards.
they are bards.
They all bring
Bards
out
of the
harmonics.
evil lands. Okay, let me.
I get inspiration?
This limb is just as massive as the last, and adorned with nearly a dozen gibbets dangling from a tangled and twisted limbs above. Hanging from the cages, 3 naked humanoid women with enormous black feathered wings and fearsome claws begin to sing. So, let's see here. What do we got going on? You want to make a knowledge check?
Kind of knowledge check.
We'll call these guys Arcana.
16?
They are harpies.
Sounds alright.
And additionally,
The hard dice on this thing.
so first thing you need to do is make a, I think it's a wisdom save. Let me see.
False.
Come on, harpies.
Come on, dexterity.
There.
Avoid the song.
Wisdom save, yes. 3 of them, as a matter of fact.
Well, that sounds like fun.
They're using those manual
Let's make them one at a time.
Are they for charm? Does that an elf? Do I have advantage?
Yes, they are charmed. They are charmed. So you can have advantage on these rolls.
So you're immune to charm.
I have advantage on charm.
Yeah,
Immune to
advantage.
magic.
Okay.
So, wisdom,
Uh-huh.
12.
What'd you get?
12.
All right, so the first one, you fight off the effects of this first creature's singing.
10, so another 12.
Okay, and the second one, you fight off those effects.
Not that one. That'd be a 6.
A 6. So you make a single movement towards that harpy. Okay, so let's actually go into initiative. I'm going to pass Hagmar and Mantis here.
What?
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Bowden,
Well, I guess I'm not going to be fighting.
6.
Yep.
Gordaz,
14.
Mal, Havoc,
6.
6 plus. Hagmar.
6.
Oh, that's
So
4, 6.
Mal is 6 plus plus. Hagmar is 6 plus, and Bowden. Wait a minute, you're a plus 2, aren't you?
No, I'm +1.
What's your plus? 2. Okay, so yeah, this is the right order. Antis.
Natural
1. Is that a 0 then?
It is a 0.
So what happens?
He flounders on the vine.
Ceases to exist.
Mitch. Singularity opens up. 15.
Yes.
Snog.
6
Go back home.
I just go.
Jesus.
Wait a minute, what's your plus?
plus 1.
So you're tied with Bowden. You
Yeah.
need to roll it off. It means Mal is 6 plus plus.
11.
3.
So you're 6 plus. You're 6 plus plus. You're 6 plus 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 plus. And you're just 6.
Monster's got a 6.
Natural 20 for the harpies.
So they got
Okay,
one.
6 2.
This is frustrating.
Okay. They just continue singing. That's what they do for their action. Mitch, where are you?
Right there on the vine.
So,
Like a gray.
so you're 20 feet from the top, one round behind. You want to go a half speed? Half speed will get you up there, and that's one move, right?
40's mine.
So you'll get to the top in a single move.
That's a 22.
So you climb to the top, and you begin to hear this singing, and you got to make wisdom saves. I have a feeling it's going to be a deadly encounter.
That's a 14.
You made the first one. You fight off its effects.
There's a 4. And an 18.
An 18. I got to keep track. You failed against Harpy 3. Please keep track of that for me. Byron, you failed against Harpy 2. Please keep track of that for me. Okay?
I will burn my action for stillness of mind
Okay.
to end charms and frighten.
Okay.
Just self-warming?
So that means you fight off the effects of the charm.
Yep. But it takes up my action.
Okay, so you're done. Up after Mitch
Is one of the sixes.
is Gordaz.
Alright, bring me upstairs and fast pace or whatever.
Okay?
So how far was I from? I was 20 feet?
20 feet up, yes.
So I need to roll for that?
Yes, unless you want to go. You can try to go full speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay, so that's going to be a higher DC.
16.
16, you make it to the top in a single move. You got 5 feet of movement left. Well, Barbarian, are you a 30 foot?
35.
Oh, okay, so you have, what, 15 feet of movement left?
I guess move it towards the 2 harpies there.
The 2 harpies?
Yeah.
So you'd be like right here.
One more up. Right there. Alright, after that,
Can
we
make
go.
a save too?
Huh?
I didn't make a save.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So I got -1 because of the Black Lotus, but we took some roll on before starting that, so cancel the penalty.
Alright.
That's a 1.
A 1, so you fail against the first harpy.
Take my pants off and start running towards it.
Alright, so track that. First harpy number 1. So basically, you know, they just look complacent. They lower their guard and begin just to slowly walk towards the source of their of the singing. So Gordaz makes a single move. Let's see. You get to here towards your harpy. Now we go to the 6s. Mal Havoc. You're going to make a single move towards the edge, which, if you make a full single move, you'd go over the edge, right? So that means you get a new saving throw. Before you do anything that can harm yourself, you get a new saving throw.
So that's with advantage, right?
Yes. So move Mal Havoc all the way to the edge of the limb. Yes.
19 plus wisdom 11, 21.
All right, so you put 1 foot out, and suddenly you look down, and it's almost like that telescopic sight, you know, the 30 feet, or actually you're, 60 feet to the ground below, suddenly realize what you're doing, and you look up and you see this harpy scowling at you and laughing and singing, of course, but now you've broken the charm.
Is that the whole thing, or do I get an action?
Well, you've used a move, but you have an action.
Shoot it.
Okay.
Eleven.
11 misses. All right, after Mal Havoc. Well, you got a second attack, though.
17.
17 hits.
Kill this thing.
It's not tennis ball.
8.
Okay. Alright, now after Malhavoc, we got Hagmar. So you're way down. You're 40 feet down on the limb below, and you have Volturnus just around behind you.
Dragon.
Yes. What do you want to do?
I have a feeling I'm gonna die.
That's the spirit.
So is
Spend the last 5 sessions studying you that.
I have a feeling I'm gonna die if Volturnus. It says Antis right next to me.
Antis is right next to you.
I'm gonna dim door up.
Both of you dim door to the top.
We don't need to climb.
Alright, so as soon as you two appear at the top, you need to make wisdom saving throws against 3 harpies. Do them one at a time.
We still have the effects of the potions plus 1 against charming fear.
The Rowan?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you do.
Okay.
Because I think that was an extended
It's
duration.
1 hour. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have +1. And am I within 10 feet of?
No. He's 20 feet down the rope.
And it's wisdom save?
Wisdom saves.
Plus
3 of them.
Nope.
13.
Okay, you made your first one. Josh, you failed against the first
On
one.
advantage.
Good job. Roll against the second one.
On advantage.
21.
Definitely made the second one.
And 20 something.
Okay, so you're fine.
Does 13 make it on the
Yes.
third one?
So, but you failed. So you failed against Harpy 1.
Yeah, 1.
So make a single move towards Harpy 1.
This one?
No, that's Harpy 3.
1. So 5, 10.
That's 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright. So Hagmar begins wandering in that direction.
Hagmar.
Bowden, you can still climb up.
Okay, so I'm gonna go at half speed then.
Okay.
Does 5
Can you make it?
Does 5 make it?
No.
So I need to make my save now.
Now it's time for your charm save.
Okay, and half elves have the ancestor too, right?
Do half elves have advantage?
I think
I think so.
What about
I think so.
yeah.
Okay, Andrew.
Alright, make your rolls. You made your first one. Made your second. And you made your third. So you shake off the effects of the song. So you've used your move action to get to the top. What do you want to do now?
And I can see them walking toward their.
You can see Malhavoc. He's at the very edge of the thing, but he's got his bow out. And you can see Gordaz and Hagmar. They're just kind of like their arms are, limp at their sides, and they're wandering forward towards the harpies.
Could I use my dash to catch up to Gordaz and
Huh? That's 30.
Alright, that's what I'm gonna do then.
And you see her right next to you. Another night hag.
Okay, that's not what I was hoping would happen.
Okay. After Bowden, we have Snog. You're 20 feet to the top.
So I need to get to the finish to the top.
Yeah, so do you want to move at full speed or half speed?
Half speed.
So it'll take you a dash to get to the top.
No, I guess I'll move at full speed.
It's a higher DC.
Yeah.
Throw the dice high.
That's
Plus my athletics.
Mm-hmm.
That's 22.
Nice.
so you're supposed to throw it in the air.
All right.
I did.
So you got 5 feet of movement left after you get to the top.
I'll go towards the hag.
Well, you don't know she's there.
I'll just go forward 5.
Yep.
Do I have to roll wisdom saving throws?
Yes, you do.
Alright. It's 15.
Made it. Made it.
And 12 plus 6, 18.
Made it.
All right.
So you still have an action left. You used all your movement, or you can dash.
How far am I from any of those? Am I? What's the distance between where I'm at and that first?
The first harpy that's
Yeah.
down further. These are up on like the gibbets
So
that are
they're-
hanging down.
So they're up high.
Yeah, and then this one's on the branch that's hung. That's at the edge of the limb. What are you looking to do?
I gotta shoot
It's
something.
like 55, 675 to this one.
The one next to Malhavoc?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're more than 60 feet away, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Sacred Flame ain't gonna work.
That's 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, they're about 65, 70 feet away.
Too far away to touch anybody.
There's Mitch. You can touch him.
Keep your rubby hands to yourself.
You know you like it.
Loincloth, I like it.
At the time and place.
What's the range? Haha! I'm going to cast a silence
Okay.
on the second harpy.
The second harpy.
Yes.
Okay. What's the range on silence?
120 feet.
Okay. And do they get a save?
Let's see. Further duration, no sound can be created. 20-foot radius sphere, so that'd take the second and third one.
First and second.
Oh, that's third down here. Oh,
That's
okay.
third down there.
Those two. Alright. Within range, any creature, object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage. Creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. It doesn't say concentration to 10 minutes. Yeah, there's no DC or anything.
Let me see here. Might be right.
You want to put it on like on
It's different than
the
3.5.
branch
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put it on the branch between those two.
Well, they're hanging from cages,
Alright,
from gibbets.
are they like right next to each other?
Not so much.
Or were they within 20 feet of each other?
Yeah.
So if I cast it on the gibbet,
Yes.
they'd get both of them. Okay.
Correct. Yep, no save. So their singing immediately stops,
Two of them.
but those are the only two that everyone failed saves against. So it breaks the charm.
Alright, where was silence at? Alright. Ta-da!
Okay. So suddenly, Gordaz, you're like, what the hell? And Hagmar, of course. And Hagmar, you look to your left, and there's a night hag standing there.
That's interesting.
All right, after Snog, we got Antis.
And then I'll do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
35, yeah.
I'll use the blessing bead
Okay.
and put it on Snog, Bodin, and Gordaz.
Here's your kit. With all your stuff in there. Alright, so after Antis, at initiative 0, we go back to the monsters. With all of their singing disrupted, the harpies swoop in to attack. They shriek and cackle. Ooh, they get multi-attack too. Alright, so that first harpy flies towards Malhavoc. Josh, can you move him adjacent to Malhavoc?
This one?
No, the first one. Or the one at Malhavoc, sorry, it's the third one.
Okay. Like that?
Yes. Makes 2 attacks, one with its claw, 22, and one with its club. Oh. 21.
No longer hits.
What?
So it no longer hits.
What does it?
The 22 hits, but then it doesn't hit again. The 21 doesn't hit me anymore.
Oh, because of that ranger ability. Yes. So you got raked by its claws. Where's my... There it is. Gotta use my critical dice.
I have to.
Whoa, critical dice. 7 points of damage from the claw. The next one swoops in towards the middle one there, Josh. He launches himself, or she launches herself from the gibbet, swings around and gets right up in your face.
No thanks.
Over one more, Josh. There you go. You can take that off. Claw.
You've got
Hits.
What do you roll?
I rolled a 16.
So +4, isn't it?
D4.
You want to throw your shield up?
Hell yeah.
Alright, so you throw your shield up, and you just manage to do it in time, and its claw deflects off of the invisible barrier.
Man, this isn't how bad
And I
killing
missed
you.
with the club. Well, he's a spellcaster. Artillery's got to die, or the enemies die. So that is the woe of the spellcaster. He's got to defend himself. All right, the other one goes after Gordaz.
Right here.
If he swoops in, and claw missed, club missed. Wow. Okay. The harpies move in. Now it's time for the night hag. This is the second of the night hags, known as Sin Foy. And you know that Sin Foy was also known as the Beastmaster.
The Beastmaster.
Mark Singer style night hag. She was the one that trained the Hydra and the other beasts that came against you.
She didn't train him very well.
Let's see, who's there? She will first cast a spell.
I tried to watch that movie, but it was just so bad I couldn't watch it. I watched Troll. That was good.
Can't watch Beastmaster.
Alright.
Just a bad
She
movie.
shoots a black ray of energy at Bowden.
That's not nice.
Very nice, yes, and that hits you. And you suddenly feel extremely weak. You will only do half damage with your attacks until the spell ends. You get, at the end of each of your turns, you get a new saving throw. There's no saving throw initially, but at the end of each of your turns, you get a new saving throw. And then she yells something in a language. I don't think any of you have this language.
Abyssal or Infernal?
No.
Dwarvish?
Is it lit?
Huh?
Is it hag? Because I would always say hag.
It's not haggish.
Is it,
common?
is
No.
it language-ish?
Draconic?
No.
Sylvan?
No.
Elf?
And as soon as she barks it out, all of the harpies begin to screech, howl. Mitch.
As we have a howl come from the other end of the table.
40 straight across. And we'll take a shot at that one.
Harpy 3.
Harpy 3. Next one to the chest. 24 hit.
Yep.
And 5 damage. 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
20 to hit for 10 damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright. Gordaz.
So are we noting the silence there? Was it really over the cages or
It was up over the harp.
Okay.
You cast it on the cage.
Okay.
So you're not silenced.
Should have cast it on the harpy. But then we'd all be in silence.
Yes,
Then my character would become useless.
I'm gonna
Just
rage.
have
No
to
more than
devour
normal.
it.
Say what?
I'm gonna rage.
You're gonna rage?
Does not
Okay.
How long is silence last?
Swing
10 minutes.
the RP next to me.
Alright, swinging at the harpy next to
Can't
you.
you dispel it though?
You can dispel it. Yeah.
30 to
It
hit.
is concentration.
You
so
hit.
you can just-
As soon as you stop concentrating.
15 slashing for fire.
15 slash for fire. Okay.
Something like that.
Oh.
13, 22 to hit.
You hit.
12 slashing, 3 fire.
Okay. So you take your sword, burst into flames. You slash the harpy once. It kind of recoils a bit, and then you just bury your sword directly into her chest as she slowly kind of topples off the back of the branch and into the swamp below. Take that harpy off, Josh.
Can you see the harpy?
I just ignore her. She'll get up after a while. All right, Gordaz, are you? You still have a move.
Do I see that hag there?
Probably not.
Okay, well, move me back towards that other RP.
As soon as you step there, you'll see her.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Scary.
All right, after Gordaz, we got the sixes. Mal Havoc.
Drop my bow, grab my swords.
Okay.
There.
You hit.
So, 12 plus 3 cold, so 15.
All right. So you take your long sword and you basically strike her in the shoulder, and the blade doesn't stop until it reaches her last rib of her rib cage. She just kind of peels open and falls backwards, half of her wing catching on that branch, and she's just kind of dangling there.
Ouch.
And go after the other heartbeat.
Okay. What's your movement?
Man, do something for me.
So 30 gets you here.
Do something for me, guys.
Hagmar, you're up next.
So I can 5-foot step here, not provoke, right?
Right. 'Cause you're not leaving its reach.
15. So if I thunder wave, that's a 15 feet cube. I think I would hit the hag,
You want to thunder wave the hag?
and I would hit the harpy too. It's a 15 feet cube.
Right, but it's if you center it on you, it's these cubes here. If you want it to hit her, you're gonna have to do this, and it's only gonna hit one. That's what it hits right there.
Ideally, you don't put yourself in the square.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Well, I don't think you can shape it around 3 allies because it's too low level spell. You can shape it around level plus 1 allies.
There's only
2 of you. You, Gordaz, and then if you want.
Concentrate on the
Bodhi.
hag.
I think I will try to save a first level spell and just I think I'll just shocking grasp the
harpy?
Yeah.
Alright.
That would be A 24.
You hit.
9.
Okay. Is that where you want to move?
Go right. Can I see the hag from here?
Yeah. You're gonna hide behind Bowden.
Yes, I will. I want that extra save.
You want that big meat shield in your way? All right, Bowden. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to actually move myself out of the 10-foot range and take both attacks at the hag.
Okay.
You have a thing for grease.
Yeah, not on them.
22.
One hit.
Wave.
And a miss.
It's like it's not forced. It's just
Thunder
And
grease.
so I'm going to
Yeah,
also
thunder
cast.
Doesn't release force, it just releases grease.
Okay.
And it greases the floors.
That is
And does still the same.
Everything you're paying.
2d8 damage.
Wasn't there in 3.5 a way to chain spells?
If you're under a spine
Feet,
field
I
cast,
believe, you could chain spells together.
All right, but I can't hear Bowden, guys. Hang on one second.
Alright, there's 11, 12, 13, plus 5, 18 on that.
18.
Okay.
You feel weakened.
9.
Okay.
Then we can see.
Now you get to make a new saving throw.
That's blessed as well.
I rolled
5, 6, plus your Constitution.
con is 13.
13.
Do you get to add your own
you
charisma?
you still feel weakened by the effects of the ray. Snog.
That's probably
I'll just move straight that way, 25.
it was like 2 rounds.
What's that?
I know it's 10 rounds.
Yeah, but we were in the other chamber. We had to walk out and do all that stuff.
Did you cast it before the shooting?
No, I can't. The only one I cast out was the shadow.
Okay.
So what do you do?
So what's, hold on.
Surrender's not.
What's
vocabulary.
radius of 15 feet is just
What do you want to
Got
cast?
many squares on each thing.
Spirit Guardians.
Okay. So she's 20 feet from you.
Okay, but if I cast it on myself, it'll move with me for the next 10 minutes.
Yes.
But it won't get him until his turn. Or the hag won't get.
Until you move on top of her, basically. Move to her.
Won't get the.
Look at the harpy.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians on myself.
Okay. So, basically, astral, or not astral, but spiritual forms. You get to occupy all the squares within 15 feet of you.
Yes. So everybody that on my crew, my team, is protected from them. It's
Except
a
for
wisdom
Hagmar.
saving. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And
The harpy failed.
No wonder this was
3d8.
really high. The air bubble. There's an air bubble right under the 17.
16, 22.
Now, does it take its damage on its turn or on initially upon
Yeah,
casting?
it's on, if it starts, it's done.
Yeah, when it starts,
it starts.
Or,
Okay.
or it enters.
Okay. So, Antis, you're next.
I will. Can I see the hag?
Yes, you can see the hag.
Okay. I'll
And that's
try and hit her
radiant
with
damage.
the Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame the hag. Okay. And she gets advantage. She made it. Okay. You want to do anything else?
Yeah, bonus action, healing word on Agmar.
Right, I don't need it. I only got 9.
He's so used in being so.
Well, he just cast it. It's not your turn to tell him.
So that's 2,
6.
9.
Actually, I went exactly full.
Alright, so yeah, remember, it's his turn, you can't interrupt him. Okay, now it's the monster's turn. So the harpy fails its save. And how much damage does it take?
22 radiant.
22 radiant. The harpy's gonna swing at Gordaz and then try to flee. It's not too bright, so it's gonna end up provoking for Gordaz. What's your armor class?
19.
Missed you twice. Now make your attack of opportunity. You hit.
15 slashing, 5 fire.
Alright, so you drag your blade across her abdomen and she collapses dead.
Oh, don't play that.
Oh god.
Alright. The hag pulls out from her pouch a bead. There's a bead. There's like one bead left on a string. She tosses it amongst you and explodes into a fireball.
So we shoot Batman?
At least she pulled it from a pouch.
So I should be able to get, let's see, put it right there, 20-foot radius. I should be able to get everyone but Mitch. So dexterity saving throws all around.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just center it on there.
It's not bad.
Oh, nice.
Wait. Who's blessed?
Those 3.
So what did you get, Bowden?
Well, I'm actually checking it out. If you're assigned to effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw.
The shield master?
Yeah. So, actually, my roll was 16.
Okay.
You have +2 for the shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So, it would be 18 total.
Okay, so you take half damage. What'd you get?
No, 12 total.
So you'll take full damage. It's fire.
22.
22. You take half.
14.
You take half.
Captain America.
You take full.
That's the main
22.
point of that.
You take half.
I think the plus AC is if
So
you're
kaboom!
target.
Whoa, look at all those sixes.
Those are weighted.
They are not. They're critical dice.
Yeah, so they're weighted.
Critically weighted.
32 points of damage. Or 16.
So my 7 goes, so that's 25.
Alright.
Okay, now it's
So, Sinfoy drops a fireball in your midst. And she'll stay where she's at. So we'll go to Mitch. It's gonna be kind of a squeeze.
In between Angus and. No, that'll be 30.
Okay.
And I'll take a shot at her.
Okay.
First one misses. And that's only a 10.
You miss. You fire 2 arrows. The tree shudders a little bit as the arrows strike its fleshy hide.
And then I'll move my last 10 that way.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay. Gordaz.
can I squeeze between?
You can go. This is going to be too much of a squeeze right here, but you can go on this side.
Okay, I'll
This
go
is
lower
not a
around.
ball.
That resembles
So you can get to here.
That's a symbol formerly known as
That'll do.
ball.
I'm a reckless attack.
Okay, good.
Do we still have the bless?
Oh yeah, and concentration. You took
Oh.
32 points, so that's
Yeah.
going to be a big roll. 16.
Constitution save?
Yes.
17.
Oh, he
Oh,
held the
yeah.
concentration.
Good job. Then I reckless attack.
Yeah, okay.
22.
22 hits.
Ooh.
Ouch.
So 16 slash 4 fire.
Okay.
Do it. Dwarf / full fire.
Got it. After Gordaz, we go to the 6s. Malhavoc.
I feel like I have a clean shot at her with a bow.
Huh?
I feel like I have a clean shot at her with a bow. Just barely.
Just barely. He'll give it to you.
So, switch back to my bow and... Natural 20.
No.
Just taking damage up.
Oh, yes. That's a lot of 8-siders.
She's about to get 3 more.
So that's 23 damage.
That's not even my action.
Okay.
Second attack. Probably hits as well, 21.
Yep.
Max damage. So 14 more.
Got it. So she lets out a shriek as that arrow sails in and strikes her flush. Hagmar, one of the hags that had been visiting you in your dreams, stands before you.
Mom?
Do I know the hags are resistant to
Grease? No.
do I know that didn't I succeed on a knowledge for hags?
What was this hag's name?
That was dragons. You had that big roll on.
Sinful?
Yeah, sinful.
Sinful?
She's been pissing you off for like weeks. You're just gonna burn her alive.
Not as bad as Zora, but Zora was the one that was constantly there. Sinfoy made some appearances, though.
Do I know if they're resistant to thunder damage?
Thunder? You're obsessed with Thunderwave.
No, shatter.
You're obsessed. Obsessed.
Assist with Shadow Wave.
You don't know if they're resistant to thunder damage, no.
So can I roll for knowledge and comments?
Yes.
Thunderverse.
Ooh,
I want to Taco Bell.
that'd be 22, I believe.
They are not resistant to thunder damage.
They're immune to it.
That would be 60 feet, so I can I think I'll cast a shatter on them.
Alright, what level?
Second.
Alright, so she has advantage on her saving throw. So that is, and it's con, right?
That would be a Constitution, yeah.
Alright, she's got a 15.
Yeah, that just makes it.
Okay, roll your damage.
Ooh. 17.
So she takes 8. Okay. After Hagmar, we got Bowden.
Alright, 2 more attacks.
What was that advantage?
Well, I'm gonna need it because I rolled 2 2s. And that's... Yeah, I did.
What'd you get?
15 on one and
Miss.
a 19 on the other.
Did you use bless?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was, yeah.
Okay.
19 is actually a 23 hit, and 8, and I'm gonna cast another.
You don't get any more.
Divine Smite for 9 more, so 17 divided, that's another 8 points.
Done.
Alright, make a new con save. Oh,
That came right behind me, isn't it?
Altogether, that would be.
you get your bless.
I would just jump off the side and feather fall.
That's
What's
12
the dragon?
altogether.
Uh-huh.
You're still weakened.
Actually, it's within my range of the.
She's still
Spirit
making her
guardian.
saves. This is an absurd con save.
being weakened when you hit me inside of twice is sucked.
Snog.
I'm gonna move forward. I
Okay.
can't. There's no room for me to get in there and hit her.
No.
So can you
Okay.
go right there
No,
and there?
it's just too tight.
Then put me
Bowden
on to
needs
the
to move.
to the right,
Right there?
so I'd have the other side. So I'd have a clear shot.
Like
That puts me within range of the spirit guardian.
Okay.
So on her turn, she'll take 3d8.
Well, she'll get her shave, right?
Right. And then I'll cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. 18.
18. Yeah. Okay.
Antis.
So much sadness. Yeah.
Well, people have moved in.
I'm gonna
They have moved in. They just haven't moved in very far.
I'm gonna use Channel Divinity and Preserve Life.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 14 points of healing. So it's 3, 5. And then I'll give or 11 and 10 heal. So you can't heal above half, but okay.
He just knows you good guys took a fireball.
Yeah.
And I took
Well, you have no idea how I'm feeling. I mean, you just seem.
Beard is curly a little bit.
Smoldering. Alright, Monster's turn. So she'll make her save.
Wisdom save.
13. What's your max stage?
Her lowest roll was a 15.
15?
Yeah.
She made it. So, let's see, that's 15. 9. She took 9.
Okay. I don't have anything else big to drop on you, I don't think. So. I guess, just gonna follow her orders. Bowden. Hits. Bowden. Hits. So she's got these huge black talons on the ends of her hands, and she rakes you twice with them.
Minimum damage. Come on, you done it twice.
I've done it, yeah. Let's see if it keeps going. 32 points of damage.
Guess I should have waited.
Yeah, I'm well under half now.
And we go to Mitch.
I am still standing.
All that matters.
Oh, 1 point.
Yeah.
Are you in there?
But not very steadily.
20 towards Matt and a 5-foot back.
Do something cool like a bullet. Jump in the air and do a flying.
Josh, move Mitch up 20.
Up here?
Mm-hmm. Back 5. No. Back towards me.
Oh.
And forward one more. There you go.
That's what I'm gonna
And I'm gonna take a shot at
Okay,
her.
so that's 17
Okay.
movement now?
It'll be a, well, you got a short dwarf there. I guess you can shoot at her. Go ahead.
Triple jump. Queen.
Nope. And 14.
14 misses.
Yeah, neither one of them.
Okay.
They both bounce off the back of the board.
Gordaz.
Alright, I'm gonna steal my shield and I'm gonna try and grapple her.
You're going to try to grapple her.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Are you blessed?
That doesn't count. So it's gonna be 16.
Oh, I rolled a natural 1.
16. So I got her.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna drag her out.
Alright, drag her at half speed.
Yeah, so back me 15 and bring her back. There we go.
Jump from the edge.
There, Share love with everybody.
You grab her and she's shrieking and flailing about.
I'm gonna take an attack with my Oh, it crit!
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
You got all that vicious damage too.
That's not a ball.
No little throw my cloth.
So 31.
31.
2 of that is fire.
You just drop it.
Okay, so you throw her in a headlock and you drag her out where everyone can see her, and then you take your sword and you just blast it through her back and it protrudes out her front and she just goes limp. Wow.
They're so hard to red popped out.
Now, with these spirit guardians, would they start attacking the tree?
No.
No.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
A greater?
Superior is 88.
Let's get off this branch.
Superior?
Huh?
No, 84 plus 8.
Oh, yeah.
84 plus 8. I take 1 greater again.
One. I'm gonna spend a potion.
Take
One greater.
All right. So you have defeated Sid Foy,
7, 8.
the night hag. Oh, Malhavik kneels next to her, begins searching through her pockets. You find that she's got a magical ring. And she also has a golden headband set with a black onyx in its center.
Hey, Mr. Identifying?
Would you have a
Let's
I've identified
get
already.
into the tree in case that dragon decides to start climbing.
Maybe it remembers how to
But you
fly.
don't want to waste a spell.
I can identifies ritual.
Hang out in the hallway for 10 minutes and
Well,
figure out what it is.
there's 2 things on it. So it's
I was
20
gonna say,
bucks.
at least let us get off this
Yeah,
branch.
believe I
let's
just-
go
I
see
believe
what's
I
inside
identified-
first.
I believe I identified it. That's more
We're
one.
kind of exposed out here, and who knows if more harpies will show up.
Do people need more healing? Very healing.
I need
I could
few.
use
I
quite a
won't.
few.
Well, hold
Yeah,
on.
he's pretty hurt.
If we're gonna take the time to cast prayer of healing, let
don't
me
we
do
have
it.
potions for that? We might want to keep this.
Because most of
magic.
prairie healing?
And
my
this, I would
was it third level spells?
should keep your power.
Second level spells are crap.
For what's it called, other combat.
Yeah,
We
just
have
one
potions.
object.
Where's it?
Just putting this out here.
Alright.
If he's going to
You can
cast,
see, looking down the hall, strange jail cells. But we'll have to advance further for you to get more information.
he's going to cast 10 minutes. No. Short rest an hour.
Let's
So would we find? Would we find it? I'll get there.
Ring and the headband.
I want the ring because then I would have almost a lot of
This
rings.
gradually widening
You are maxed
passage
out on your
is
magic items.
flooded
Yeah.
knee deep in a thick black vapor that slowly drifts outside. Hysterical crying can be heard from one of the 3 prison cells, set into the leathery flesh of the tree. Long curved fangs with razor edges grow across each cell, forming the bars of the cage.
Cry of a child.
Huh?
Cry of a child.
I can't hear you.
The cry of a child.
No, it sounds like I'm a woman.
Who doesn't have a ring?
Ag and her sister.
Who wants a ring of jumping?
Oh.
Old man.
I thought I had prayer of healing. I don't. Well, I have it, but I don't have it memorized. I got 8.
Go
I'm
forward.
going to move up to the first cell and look at this one here.
Alright, so Gordon has moved up with you.
Yeah, I'll be behind.
Yeah, I'll be right behind you.
Stay a bit back in case something happens. I'll be
Just
out.
be a hair back.
Do the rest of us want to
What are the rest of
in
you
the
guys doing?
hallway?
Guess you'll have a room to
Please
jump
come in so you're not inside of the dragon.
It doubles your jump.
Josh,
All right, move the miniatures.
put them in the hallway.
I glance over the edges and walk. Do I see the dragon? Do I
You don't see the dragon? Which edge? That edge or this edge? This one towards you? You look at it, and the dragon's kind of looking up from underneath where you're at.
Do I see the guy I kicked off? Is he wandering around down there, or is he? Was he
No, you don't see him. I mean, the mist is down there. The only reason you can see the dragon is because it's so big, coming up out of the mist. So you look in this chamber. You see a young elven woman, her hair filthy blonde, wearing tattered rags, weeping uncontrollably. You can see that she's starving. The features of her face are pulled tight by her emaciated skin.
I'm passing crab cake
Hey.
Make a perception test.
Taking a fire.
Not anyone that's not there, only the people looking in.
So do any place in that other room we had?
No, I just
Her
had two- I just had
tear-filled
two
eyes turn towards you, Gordaz, and you can see exaggerated fangs of a vampire.
So I just you can use a
She looks at you and says,
Since
"I'm
you don't have
starving. Please let me out. Please."
It's safer in there for you. That's why she's starving.
I can't take anymore. Please, you've got to let me out. She moves up to the edges of the. She moves up to the edge of the cell there, but she doesn't touch it. The razor sharp fangs of the cell bars. She's clearly learned her lesson before. Tears are streaming down her face. Please, you've got to let me out of here. Please.
It's safer for you in there. It's
I'm
safer
dying.
for us.
I'm
for
dying. I don't belong here. I want to go home.
We got any
Yeah,
true blood?
guys, be wary of her.
Do you have any true blood?
I spent one of my channel.
What?
Does anybody have any true blood?
So I'm not.
She's got the fangs of a blood drinker.
They did this to me. The hags. I don't want this. You gotta let me
You
out.
have to use a
I want to go home.
divinity, do you? Or,
I just want to go home.
Can I go walk up there?
You can walk up there.
I'll walk up there.
No,
We'll go up right here.
That should be just
It's just a feature.
If you're speaking
You
the
can only do it
truth,
so
we'll
many
be back when
times
we're done dealing with the hags. We're
before you
safer
have
in there
to,
for now.
Take a rest.
I can't stand it anymore.
Can I see if she's a vampire or not?
You can see,
No, it's not.
Gordas points it out
It's
to
just
you.
a-
You can see, she's obviously starving, so her skin is pulled tight over her face, and you can see her fangs protruding.
And at this level, you should be able to destroy undead.
Yeah, but it's a channel.
At second level, you gain the ability to channel divinity
Do
entities.
hags have blood in
You
them?
start
Or
with
it's-
Would that be knowledge of
two
common?
Huh?
drag the hag corpse there?
and your
Well,
domain
sadly, they don't have
spells.
the blood of a mortal, so
But I don't think you have
Well,
to
no,
use
she's
one
being
to
beefy,
channel
nope.
divinity to use turn undead.
We'll be back.
I thought it was just
What's
a
in the
feature
other
of
side?
the
it's a channel divinity.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
Would it be knowledge or common?
Yeah,
See what the what's
And
happening.
religion.
Do you have any channel divinity left?
I am proficient. with
Yeah,
knowledge.
one.
So do I.
Okay.
That
What's
would
the
be a
other
23.
channel divinity?
So religion.
Yep.
She's been
Or what's your other
infected
ability?
with vampirism.
Guided
Sadly, there's no cure.
I'm a war priest.
Okay.
So yes, she is a vampire.
I can.
More likely a vampire spawn,
Yeah.
not a full-fledged, because a full-fledged vampire would just turn gaseous and leave.
And I can try and turn.
One of us is going to turn her. Or try.
Or maybe we can just. open
Just
it up.
leave her in there for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know what we still have ahead of us, so don't
Yeah.
expend all your powers
Yeah.
on trivial stuff like that.
We can come back on the way down.
She's not going anywhere.
Alright.
They feel compassion for her, though.
Feel the need to turn her.
Of course, if you
When
fail
we're
to
done,
destroy
you can-
her, all you're going to do is make her cower more in the cell.
When we're done with the eggs, you can come back and return her all you want. I would not spend myself on it.
When we destroy the tree, I just don't want her to go free. Creeping around.
Free? I didn't ask for this. Why do you want to destroy me?
Because you're a bloodsucker.
I've never drank blood in my life. Sin Foy, she put me in here to die. She turned me into this. And now she wants to see how long it takes for a vampire to starve.
Insight.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can make an insight.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I want to see if she's lying.
23.
Bless.
I think she's telling the truth.
You've never
No.
sucked
Let her
blood
out.
you've never sucked blood in your life, but what would you do if we released you? You would go find some blood and
I'm
drink.
so hungry.
Is she chained up?
She's not chained up.
Well, let's just move
I
on,
pushed
and
the crank
she ain't
kick
going
through-
nowhere right now.
through the-
You're gonna attack the cell door. Okay. So Malhavoc, new Malhavoc up there, he attacks the cell door.
Why? Let her go.
He's trying to get that crab cake to her.
Yeah, while he's doing that, I'm going to
Well, no, I tossed it into
Sure,
the bars.
you
He's
have
trying to
a
retrieve
Make an
it.
attack roll.
He's going after the crab cake.
I want that crab cake back.
A perfectly good crab cake.
13.
Okay, so you hit the cell door, roll damage.
Thunder grease it has on.
Six and 2 cold. So 8.
8?
Yep.
Alright, so the fangs shatter with you against your frostbrand. And she looks up at you with tears in her eyes, and she stumbles out weakly.
And I just point at the way we came in. It's like, go.
I'll move right here, move aside.
And she looks at you, and it's like almost like that look of desperation is now gone. She almost looks drunk. She stares at you, and she goes after you.
Good thing I have a second attack. Do I get to use it?
Yeah, let her make an attack first. So she tries to go after your throat. She's gonna take a bite at you. And that's a 22.
Wait. No, that's just
Oh wait, I can't do a bite. Cause I gotta restrain you first.
that's just a self.
Or I gotta grapple you first. So she just takes a claw at you. 2d4 plus 3. That's 8 points of damage. So she claws at you, and she begins to lick the blood from her fingers. And Mal, you can make an attack if you want.
It's my second attack or my
Yes.
new attack?
Your second attack.
Which is a 17 to hit.
You hit her.
Colossus Slayer doesn't work because he knows his damage, doesn't it?
She's not. She's starving. She's not
What's the
physically.
CR on a vampire?
CR. That would be a religion check.
8
She's a
plus
vampire
another 2
spawn.
cold, 10 total.
How much?
10 total, 2 cold.
Probably 4 or
10
5.
total. Okay. So she stumbles backwards back into the cell, and after you attack her, she's so weak that your normal attacks make her fall backwards. She collapses against the wall. Gordaz, you can act if you wish. You notice Gordaz. Well, make a perception test as you. Okay. So go ahead, Gordaz.
I noticed that I don't notice. Well, I mean, I said she should stay in there, but no, to free her, so I'm gonna go put her out of her misery.
Okay, so Gordon steps up. It's like you're reckless attacking.
Yeah. Raging emotions in 13 slash 5 fire.
How much total?
18.
Okay.
18 crit. 10 slash 6 fire.
How much total?
16.
16. Alright, so she's prone at this point. She's so weak. She kind of reaches out weakly towards you, asking, please, blood, please. Anyone else want to do something?
I'll fire bolts.
You're gonna fight. You're gonna be at disadvantage.
Oh.
All right, you hit her.
Yep. That would be a 12.
Okay. And she stops moving.
We'll carry on this to be sure. I've seen
She's
that
lying
move
there. Her
before.
fangs are exaggeratedly pointing out of her face with her head tilted backwards. The small amount of blood she was able to get from Malhavoc kind of is still on her lips. She's unmoving.
Somebody take her head off just to be safe. And whatever is in the other cells, we're gonna take care of that once we're down.
Would if I drive? Do we need a? If we drive a wooden stake through her heart, would that kill her?
Well, he wants to chop her head off.
Would I?
Do you have a wooden stake through her heart?
I have a quarterstaff.
Do you want to break your quarterstaff in half, stake it through her chest?
Is there anything? What I know is that the only way that would kill her.
Vampire spawn. We'll make a religion check.
Oh, that would be 28-3.
Beheading her would do it.
Okay.
Alright, do that.
All right, so Gordaz just starts hacking on her neck until her head falls free. All right, so behind you, in the next cell,
It's a hungry meal.
you see a naked human lying on the floor of the cell.
Oh.
He stirs weakly.
Settle down.
The large sections of his flesh have been filleted open, leaving horrendous wounds. After seeing you, the man weakly asks, please, end it.
Okay,
What did
shoot
they
him in
do
the
to
face with an arrow.
Does he have fangs?
He does not have fangs.
What did they do to you?
He speaks in an accent that some of you may recognize as the Northman. And he says, they've taken everything. Just end it. Alright, make your attack roll. So, Malhavoc the Merciful steps up.
Just tell me. This is
In the leg.
17.
Alright, so you shoot him with the arrow. How much damage do you do?
Right.
He's obviously already wounded.
12 damage.
Is that with your Colossus Slayer?
No. Plus 1 13.
Alright, the arrow thunks into him. Ugh! You have to do better than that!
Okay, I got a second shot. I hit him again. 27.
Alright, you hit him.
For another 12 damage.
Alright. He slumps back, bleeding from the 2 wounds that you inflicted on him.
Next.
I want to go up.
I guess that was cruel for a vampire to have that meal just across so I can't reach it. Like when the neighbors barbecuing.
Alright, so you get up, you start
Granted,
moving up.
each of these 2 people's wishes. She wanted out, I let her
No,
out.
he's saying that putting the
You
guy
wanted dead,
across.
I killed it.
No, he was saying putting the guy across the hall.
Are you
is
representing from
to
Make-A-Wish?
ambulance.
Yes. So this guy has a good idea.
He's like, uh-huh.
Give me a goldfish.
All right, so you guys come over to the next cell, and you see bruised and battered old Meg sitting in this cell. She looks up at you and she goes, "Well, don't just sit there staring. Get me out of here."
Alright, I'll attack the bars.
She wants a goldfish.
She wants a crab cake.
You gotta go get the crab cake out of the vampire spawn, so we'll bring it to her. Dust it off.
Unnatural
Move up
20.
a little bit.
All right, so you shatter the bars, and she comes waddling out there, their cane in hand.
Is what I probably can.
Where did it
The
take
other
your
guy
sister?
was naked.
Huh?
Where did it take your sister?
I took her upstairs. They tortured me just like they did those other sods over here. Suddenly you realize, because he rolled a natural 20 on his stabilization check, standing at the bars there with all those wounds all over him is that Northman. So he recovered from the 2 arrows. He's got 2 arrows sticking in him. He's standing
You
at
have
the
to do
cell
better
door.
than that.
He's still standing
Just
at
a
the
flesh
cell door.
wound.
And he looks over at you guys and he says, "I might as well just sit here and starve to death." And
Really
old
something
Meg
to-
laughs. Old Meg starts cackling. She says, "Ah, Phaedrus there. He's just like Lash. They wanted him to lead their werewolves, and he refused."
So he's a werewolf. Great. Will you fight with us?
He needs a full regeneration spell to be able to do him any use.
Anybody have any belladonna? Never use it all.
Well, it only works an hour or 24 hours within interaction.
I don't know.
Well, you still might as well just come with us and we'll just spear in his hands or something. You know.
So you're gonna shatter his bars?
Sure.
All right, his name's Phaedrus Alderbrock. He was taken by the hags and brought here to lead their werewolves, but he would have none of it. So you shatter his bars. He stumbles out into the hall and sits against the wall. 2 arrows protruding from him.
Crab cake.
He
Yeah, I'm
says,
gonna give him one of my javelins and one basic healing potion.
he goes,
And a crab cake. And a crab cake.
"I'll just wait here until you return."
Well, you might as well come with us, make yourself useful. Or we can go out in the branch and down, there's a dragon. Up to you.
You think you can
Please
help
go
us?
down with some shred of honor.
Well, his wounds are such that he can barely move. They filleted the muscle from much of his body. But due to his lycanthropy, he of course survived. So you're going to take either a regeneration spell or a considerable amount of time to heal.
Is he gonna drink my healing potion or it's not worth it?
No, he just, he takes it and he's just sitting there with it.
So can
Alright,
I
Let's
ask
move on.
I asked Old Maid if you could help us with the fight.
What? Where's my sister?
How would
You
we
just
know?
told her
You've
she
been
was
here longer than
upstairs.
we have.
Yeah.
You just said she was upstairs, that's why.
Let's go get her.
Let's go get your sister.
Yeah,
Seniority.
let's go kill some hags.
What?
Not you.
Not your sister either.
Yeah, not your sister either.
Let's kill the hags that run a tree.
Yes.
Okay. So the next chamber.
See how much easier it was to not fight about leaving that guy in his cell?
What?
See how much easier it was to not fight about leaving him in the cell?
You ended it for like a short second.
Yeah, but then we found out what we needed to know.
You made his wish.
One is half the battle.
And violence is the other.
See
should we?
Identify what?
Magic
Ring in
item.
the house.
Circle.
Circle.
Do we want to take 20 minutes to identify it?
If it's gonna help us kill hags, yes.
So you want me to take 20 minutes to identify both items?
We're gonna take 10 minutes and figure out if we need to spend another 10 minutes after that.
Okay,
What can happen in 10 minutes?
I'll identify the, what was it? There's a ring.
Ring.
And the,
Circle.
I'll identify the circlet first.
It's not magical.
We're supposed to detect magic next.
Mark off the pearl. You want to do the ring now?
Sure.
It's a ring of feather falling.
That's pretty useful.
Yeah. Especially we're, what, 60 feet up now?
Yeah. And I think you're attuned to everything, so you can't just take it.
Nope. I gave him a ring.
Who wants the ring of feather fall before we continue?
Is it an attunement item?
Let's look.
Oh, like it. Pretty much most of their names are.
Ring of feather fall. Eye of Vecna.
Where's it to? 190 on DOG.
Who wants it?
I want the eye vector.
Take no damage from falling.
Who sucks at climbing?
I
Aside
do.
from him.
Dwarves
I do more.
and Hagmar.
Got
Actually, I
three
did pretty
attunement
good.
items, I think.
Hagmar's fine.
I have 2.
I guess I should have done it.
Can you wear more than one ring?
Yeah. You just can't have more than 3 attunement items.
You gave the ring of jumping to
I gave the ring of jumping to
Antisus. Asus is.
I
you
don't.
in the
I
other
don't
game,
need
sorry.
hags. Yeah.
I can give up a ring of swim speed.
You don't know if that black ichor gets thicker. You might get deeper. You might want to
Don't you have feather fall the spell already?
Yeah.
We'll just pocket the ring for now.
Why don't someone put it on? Although it takes an hour to attune to it, so who wants the ring
Or
right
it is
now?
an attunement.
Yeah. Who wants it?
I'll take it.
All right. The cleric takes the ring of feather fall. I like to get those things out of the way.
And it's good, so I mean, you might be the one staying alive because of that, and then you can bring us back.
So I'll use my ring of jumping to jump off the branch.
Rings of circle don't have
Jump
AC
out of
on
the
it.
tree.
Huh?
Circle have AC on it.
Circle it.
Not take any damage.
It's just it's worth 500 gold.
Alright, it's pretty sweet.
Can I wear it?
Alright, what's in this next room?
It's something. It's
And we gotta keep in mind that
for
the
my
dragon
enemies.
might be sitting its butt outside the tree, and we can be flying out of here, so we might have to deal with it and leave it.
All right. So in this chamber ahead, you see a 4-foot-tall wrought iron brazier that pulses with a dark radiance as black vapor, stinking of death, pours forth in a kind of a pulsing, rhythmic fashion. A pair of stout wooden tables with leather and chain restraints sit against the walls. A smaller table covered in pins, blades, pliers, and hammers rests directly next to the largest of the 2 tables. Against the east wall, a thick wooden chair, also fixed with restraints, has several adjustable vices mounted around its frame. A bucket in the corner of the room contains bits of rotted flesh, shattered bone, and teeth.
It's pretty clear what they were doing here.
Does that cauldron look like a cauldron of blight?
No.
I'll go in and see what's in the liquid. Kind of stir it up.
I'll just kick that thing over.
Alright, so as you enter, where's he at? Everyone make a d20 check. What'd you guys roll?
12.
Mal Havoc? 7?
10.
11.
Wow. Those are low rolls.
It was a straight D20, no bonus to it, right?
Everyone has and
Huh?
the other
Was
characters.
it a straight D20, no bonuses?
No, I'm not letting you know yet.
Okay.
Just curious what your rolls are. Bank those rolls a minute. So you come in, and on this table here, you didn't have a very good angle on it before, but on this table here, you see another. You see Mal Havoc's wife again. She's torn to pieces, of course, much like she was upstairs or downstairs, where she was pinned to the wall. And as she sits up, all of her intestines and other organs begin to just flop out on the floor in front of her. She stands up. She says, "I warned you. I told you. I told you that he was the one." She motions to Hagmar. And you see Old Ben kind of look at Hagmar. "What'd you do?"
Where's
It's
Mal
an
Havoc
illusion.
in the group? Can he see her from where he's at?
Next to me.
Yeah, Mal Havoc?
Yeah.
He's right here. He can see her. Yeah, she's kind of stumbling out here. And what did you roll on your roll?
11.
And, okay. So then she turns to Bowden. She goes, "There now, the source of your evil." She kind of steps on her own intestines and trips forward a little bit. She trips and stumbles forward on her own intestines a little bit. "Kill him now!"
She's pointing at Hagmar.
Yes.
Can I firebolt her?
She looks at you. "You're the cause of all this."
Can I?
What was your roll that you rolled earlier?
4.
A 4. Suddenly, Hagmar, you're overcome with guilt as you realize that this is all your fault. This caused all of this pain and suffering that so many have been inflicted on so many, including the young children of Quag Cove.
Where's my character sheet?
All of them.
Firebolt yourself.
Oh, Hagmar. You take 25 points of damage of psychic damage. She stumbles forward again. Alright. What do you got? What do you do, Bowden?
So I believe her.
No, you don't. You think this is another illusion.
So I'm going to.
Ooh, I'm at 6.
6.
Yeah.
I'm going to
What have you been
move
doing?
I
up
took tons of
and
psychic damage.
just hold her back so she doesn't get tagged.
Okay. What do you do, Gordaz? You can't really see her yet. You gotta advance. You can just hear the shouting.
Did I hear what you said?
Yes.
Do I believe that?
What did you make your roll?
I got a 3.
Yes, you believe it. But no, you don't feel compelled to attack him. You hear her words and you think that she's there, and
Guess I'm just gonna creep until I turn the corner and see what's going on there.
okay. Mal Havoc, what did you roll? You see your wife again. Though deep down you feel like this is wrong. It just looks like her. The voice is just like hers.
Do I believe her though?
You think that that Hagmar did all of this? You were there when it happened. You know he did.
It's a confusing time for me.
It is a very confusing time.
Felix, come here. Come here. Come here.
I know she died. Yet here she is.
Kill the orcs. No, not me. I'm not
Well, you're about to die anyway. It's fine.
But she said you sent me.
Yeah. Those allegations have not been proven yet.
Fall to the ground crying. That's what.
Mal Havoc falls to his knees and begins to sob. Hagmar, you get a new saving throw.
That's how you.
16.
But it was in character, so it's good.
And Hagmar says, "You're not real. This isn't happening." And as one last failed attempt, she turns to Mal Havoc and says, "You're letting him do this to me again!"
Can I?
And she collapses on the ground. and is absorbed into the flesh of the tree.
We have a small problem.
Yeah, I feel compelled to kill you.
Is it
I like 6.
Felix's only problem when you're on a pepperoni.
Yeah.
I can. I have a.
This place is
I got a
messing
potion of
with our
greater healing.
minds.
I think I'll take a potion of greater healing. Be 44.
Do I get any anger out of this, or is this like before?
No, this was different.
I'm gonna
Although
take
this time the illusion itself did some substantial amounts of damage to Hagmar.
12.
I'm gonna take a whack at the tree.
So you stab the tree where at? Just on the wall, or?
Yeah, just a wall, nearest wall.
All right. So you slash the tree with your axe, and that black ichor begins to ooze out. But you notice that the wound closes very quickly. Hey, Josh, can you grab me a drink, please?
We should just move forward pretty quickly. Let's stay here too long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
The longer we stay in this place, the worse it's gonna get.
In the inside locations.
I'm gonna throw a vial of acid at it.
On the tree?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to do anything.
You got the bomb.
Does anyone want a drink?
Yeah,
Does there seem to be anything of interest in all these contraptions?
No, there's just a lot of blood.
Unless
A lot
we're-
of blood.
Unless we're into that.
I'll move up to the next exit.
Aces isn't here,
There
so
are
we're good.
steep stairs leading up.
Take a peek at the stairs.
Can I see it glow like it's going back outside?
No.
Within 10 feet of you.
Thanks, Josh.
I'm guessing things coming with it.
Alright. Let's go up.
Away we go. What?
Should I take another? Should I drink another potion because I'm at 18 right
So it
now?
doesn't like holy water, but the acid doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
That might not be a bad.
I only have one of each kind of potion. So,
Keep them for
so does anyone have a?
I've got 2 greater and 4 healing. Do you want one of my healing?
Yeah.
Time of day?
Well, I mean, it's daytime, but you know it's gloomy as it always is here.
Do you take one of the regular?
Don't do anything too big, but
Because it was
Well, I'll give you the potion that you roll for.
early morning when
Oh,
we started
what-
in the tree, wasn't
what?
it?
How many dice is it?
Yeah, you rested not far from
Plus
there.
Yeah. Let's spend an hour.
Ooh, close to max.
So probably
The rest
around
of that.
Noonish.
noon,
So
yeah.
6. So it's an extra 10.
I'm going to do that.
All right, don't bother throwing it away. We'll use it again. Let me see it.
There's what, 5 levels? And this is 3rd
Oh, I mean, there's a bunch.
or more.
There, I'm just about 10 off of max, so it's not bad.
The tree is huge. You're kind of making your way up through it.
So that guy who built the sets, I wonder if he's going to do the same thing for this.
Probably go to the ceiling.
Man, I should have had those
That'd be kinda
gnomes
cool.
make claymores.
Speaking of claymores, did you see? Well, I don't know if I sent it to you, but there's one of these people
tree
put
just
crystals all
absorbs
over the
them.
inside of their car and they put it
That's
on
not
their
a ball.
airbag.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he goes,
yeah.
"Congratulations, you
ball.
just made."
Made a claymore. Love the claymore.
I'm sitting there looking at it and go, even if you don't know what a claymore is, you gotta think that pointy, sharp, hard objects that come at your face are not a good idea.
No. Who doesn't love the claymore?
The big Scottish one, or the little one you put in the ground that says "point toward enemy"?
Point towards enemy.
Screwed that up.
25
the
meter
Scottish
kill zone.
claymore?
Damn dwarves.
25 meter?
Or no,
It's a tree.
What's
Is it
wrong with the
15?
dwarves?
15 meter kill zone? Or
I
25?
don't know if it slides.
I think it's 15.
15, and then it's 25 is the next.
15 meters
Sure,
is
so
still,
That's
what,
a,
45 feet, right?
yeah.
I've been inside the kill zone where I've set one off.
Ooh,
But I was in a trench below it.
that does not sound fun.
No, it gave me a concussion.
That's what's wrong with
A
you.
rather bad one. Bleeding from my ears.
I'm gonna take 3
Well,
points.
Dad said they used to paint the actual, because you get them and they're painted on the side that's supposed to be towards you,
Yeah.
fluorescent paint. He said, so they used to paint the opposite side and then place them out facing themselves, because they'd come up at night and they'd snip the wires and then run it back to a battery, but they'd turn it around. He said they'd always blow themselves up.
That's why in Lurse we'd set them out to the side so it'd be like a circle around us, so it wouldn't be pointing in.
Just so you know, in the hospital, when you're bleeding from the ears, we no longer call that concussion, we call that head trauma.
Oh. That could be it.
Or
Like I said, that's what's wrong with it.
they got a case of grenades one time with no fuses.
Alright, so put yourselves how you're coming up the stairs there.
So they just put them on a chopper and flew over the jungle. When it started taking fire, the guy banged, so the case fell out. He said that night there was just explosions in the
somewhere in the
jungle.
back.
Yeah, I think I'll be like right here. Guess you want to be behind.
My platoon sergeant in they're sitting at Fort Hood. Went over to
Alright.
Afghanistan as an
I'll
advisor.
remember that.
And
Right here or here.
went on patrol with them.
Who's that? Where's Snog at?
And
Where you want to be snog?
up first,
Like right here?
yeah.
Alright.
Into the green whirlpool.
Twisted roots cascade down the walls of this chamber, converge at the center, and tangle themselves up into a large pod. And it forms kind of a 7-foot tall structure of tangled and weaved roots. Protruding from the side of the tangled pod is a gray-skinned hand, wrinkled with age and balled into a fist.
I'm gonna.
Monkey paw?
Huh?
Like a monkey paw?
No. Gray-skinned hand,
Mm-hmm.
like an old woman's hand,
Sticking out.
sticking out from the pod, and she's got balled into a fist.
I'm gonna immediately
can't
cast
expect you to-
Shield of Faith.
Yeah, I got one right there.
Maybe, does that look like your sister's hand?
You hear old Meg say, "Vidoma, we're leaving. Stop messing around there and get out of there." And you can kind of see the hand flex, but she's immobilized in there.
Your finger.
So I immediately cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Should take a peek in the next portion before we start messing with that. See what's going on.
I'm gonna skirt the edge and come around to the that next entrance way.
All right, move your miniatures where they're going.
You're gonna do the same thing on the other side.
And I'll follow
Just
Snog.
I'll scoot up to the edge on the other side. There you go, right there. And kind of take a peek around.
I'll go behind Cortez.
You go in the middle.
That's a pod in the middle.
Yeah.
You stand on the pod.
Bonoma.
Go next to it. Right up to it.
Because you said there's vines going like into the middle.
Yeah, they're coming down the walls and then they form the pod. Bonomas and they form yes, tide pods.
She's trying to eat it, and this is what happens when you eat a tide.
Okay, so you see a
We're
kind
at
of a stunted large limb out here, and again, it's the limb itself is covered in that very rough and abrasive bark that you found on the other limbs. Kind of crunches underfoot if you look outside. You can make a perception test as you eye around the corner. 10. You can see, you can't really make it out, but you can
I got
see
a 9,
the silhouette of
22.
someone standing here, right at the edge.
22. Is it? Give me a better advantage of what's around the corner.
Nope. You see a silhouette of something standing out here on the very tip. Looks like a woman, maybe.
I'm gonna cut. You said there's like vines coming in. I'm gonna cut one.
Okay, they're very, very rigid, thick roots.
All right.
And it'll take you a while to cut Vidoma free.
Even with the whack with my battle axe.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take you a while.
Okay. I'll
It's
slip
you
something.
guess when you start getting started, you guess it's gonna take at least an hour to free her from this thing.
Okay.
Squirrel to go out there and
So if you want to do any kind of short rest, or if you want to try to attune an item, now would be the time.
Cat?
your
I
squirrel
think
from
short
the
rest wouldn't be a bad idea.
Like cat familiar familiar to see what?
What's out on the?
Well, you guys do that.
limb?
I'll free her.
They're
I don't
saying
need
there's
to show this.
there's a shadowy
Well,
thing.
we can, if, you know, we can take turns. You've got
Can I
10
see-
minutes while we
Can I
rest,
see
and
through
then-
my familiar?
You can. No, I don't think you can see
That way
through a
that way
familiar
you're gonna
now,
get done, and then
Empathy.
spend the rest of the 10 minutes.
but you
If
can.
it's scared, it's gonna tell you it's scared.
Now it's like an empathic link, or do they speak? I can't remember on the new
I think it's
familiar.
empathic.
It's empathic.
Yeah, they don't speak. You can use your action to see through their eyes.
So here is Vedoma right here.
She's hanging out. Aw, man.
I knew I got that miniature for a reason. I got a bunch of new ones.
Break out the sharktopus.
I did get a Sharktopus. I don't know what it'll do for me, but it's such a cool mini that I decided to get it.
Oh, that is.
I can get you the stats on
Yeah.
it.
No, I'm gonna make my own monster.
It's it's from the sailing shack. on
Yeah.
AP.
As an action,
It's like one of those Street Sharks. Remember that cartoon?
Stolen shack.
as long
I think he's gonna be like an underworld boss. I see this guy and I think underworld boss.
From
Pathfinder, right?
Pathfinder, yeah.
I see that guy, and I think he did like
Takes
6 more
place
just to
in the-
so
I think
ride the waves and like,
sci-fi movie.
as long as I'm within 100 feet of it, I can communicate telepathically with it, and I can use my action to see.
Okay.
Can I send my cat through to see what that thing is? Sneak through.
Okay, you want your cat to go out there?
Yeah.
Make your stealth check for your cat.
17.
So the cat begins to slowly make its way forward.
All of a sudden Felix shows up out of nowhere.
You imagine Nika trying to stealth?
You can be stealthy. Okay, so the cat stealths forward, Josh, and you kind of close your eyes. Is that exactly where everyone's standing? Move old Meg into the room next to her sister. One back. There you go.
Facing her.
Josh, the cat stalks its way up to the figure standing at the edge of the limb. And very quickly you see the petrified body of an elf maiden. She is scantily clad, though her entire body is now stone. Make a wisdom check.
Remember the cat?
Ooh, not 20.
Josh, you recall a story that Saphira told you of an elf that had been working at the Fusty Lugs but refused to do what Hetty Roma had told her, and one day she had just vanished.
And she's guarding the statue.
So, as you guys are working, I assume all of you guys are working on the roots, trying to cut it apart.
Edmonds.
Yeah, I'm kind of standing guard.
I guess I'll tell the party.
You got the axe, why would you be standing guard?
Wait, no, can't be.
Because
Edmonds
nobody
finished
else
the
is up
report.
there.
Yeah.
So wait, I see an elf.
Everyone else is up there.
That was the former headman.
No, Edna's told us
Oh,
the
yeah,
story
walk
of.
away. It's not stone.
Edna's disappeared.
So
It's
either
not
the
stone.
axe.
I guess I'll
What's
put-
not stone?
Or they've got some other
The
manner
tree.
of feature.
I would have like one.
You're trying to free Vedoma from the roots.
Okay.
Are you not going to do that, or are you going to?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to try?
Somebody needs to stand guard though. Watch around.
Well, we're taking turns.
So, okay, so if we're taking turns and we're calling this a short rest, do you actually have to rest for the full hour to get your hit die? So
You have to
can't sit
basically
there-
have, you know.
We can't sit there for 10 minutes and switch out, and then each of us get a hit die because we rested, right?
Well, I mean, as long as you spend most of the time. I mean, resting does not mean you've curled up into a ball. You're taking a sleep. You're basically taking an hour to catch your breath, reflect on what's gone down, eat some food. But if you take 10 minutes to hack away at this thing, it's not going to interrupt your rest.
Play a game of cards.
But as you guys get started, Vedoma looks at, I guess she turns her head, looks at Snog, and she says, "The serpent beauty! The radiant is near!"
What's the radiant?
Does everybody hear that?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Suddenly stepping in. Right there. The woman with snakes all over her head. She gazes at each of you. scanning the room, and everyone needs to make saving throws.
Kind.
Kind where you don't die. As a Medusa steps forward.
And we're all guarding statue. Is the bless over?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. That 20.
All right, Bowden, what did you get?
What's the? I rolled an 11. What's the?
It's Constitution.
So that's 18.
Okay.
I got 23.
19.
16.
10.
10. All right, so Antis slowly begins to he shrieks as he realizes his feet have turned to stone, and it's creeping up and turning his knees up his thighs, and he's about halfway turned to stone. Mitch?
12.
12. Mitch, you too shriek. As your body begins to turn to stone, you'll get one more save to save yourselves.
24.
Okay, so you don't feel the effect. What we need to do now is roll initiative as the Medusa steps in. Bowden.
12. Do I think that a lesser restoration would help either of them?
No.
Is there a way we
A
can
greater
stand
one
between
would.
them? Is there a way you can stand between them and you in both of them?
Gordas?
With your assist?
Not
Mal Havoc.
more than 20 feet apart.
Hagmar.
6.
What's your plus?
2.
What's your plus? 2. Roll it off.
13.
Antis.
8.
Mitch.
18.
Snog.
20. 21, actually.
Okay.
2 20s and
Ooh, 21 for the monster. What's your plus?
+1.
Should be cheap. So the Medusa will get to go first. I gotta roll for old Meg. Hold on. First she has to make her save. Natural 20. Next, she rolls her initiative for a green hag. 11. Okay. So it's the monster's turn. She glares around the room, of course. She's gonna shoot. She pulls out a longbow and is gonna fire arrows at Snog. Yes. Not miss. Hit.
Am I in minor
20,
range with her?
23.
She's around a corner, so
Okay.
you'll have to. You can attack her from there at disadvantage, or you could swing around the corner and get her. Wait. There's no save for this poison. Oh my goodness.
AC's 23.
Yeah, I hit you. Damn it. 15 points of damage.
If it's poison, though, as dwarf, you resist that. So you take
The-
that damage on that.
Oh, okay. So there was 7 poison. So you take 3 less. Or 4 less, sorry. 4 less.
Yeah, don't dwarves get like resistance or something?
Snog, what do you do?
This is poison. You advantage on save.
Yeah, that's what.
But there's no saving that.
What do I know about Medusas? Is that a knowledge what? Arcana?
Sure.
But you know is that this
13.
one's trying to kill you.
You know that they'll turn you to stone if you stare at them. So you can avert your eyes and take disadvantage on all your attack rolls.
Alright.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay, you have to close with her, though.
Alright. Put me up there with her.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're at disadvantage there anyway.
19.
19 hits.
19
That's
hits.
pretty good.
13.
13 damage. Oh, I need new markers so bad.
Your spy.
I bought some for the traveling case, but now I need some for here. I hate like splitting things out because then I forget it one place or the other. All right, Mal Havoc.
Somebody can shoot her from where I want. Yes.
Well, you have to step to the side. The big pod's in your way. So you sidestep, you can shoot her. Do you want to avert your eyes, or do you want to look at her while you're fighting? So it's the difference between disadvantage or not disadvantage.
Having to roll save.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think if I know. But if. Okay, so do I need to roll to know if just looking at her does it, or if she has to look at me to do it?
It is not an action. So like the difference between her and say like a basilisk has to stare you down and do its little hooty doody thing, and then you get to make your save against its gaze. But if you avert your eyes, it can't gaze at you.
Right.
Her gaze is just always active.
So if I just look at it, then I have to accept it.
Yes. So you can choose to avert your eyes and attack at disadvantage, or you can attack her and not avert your eyes, and then on her turn you'll have to make a save.
Yeah, I'll shoot at disadvantage.
All right, so sidestep and shoot at disadvantage.
There.
Missed.
Natural one.
So arrows go flying around. Mitch? You want to stare at her? Oh, right. We got to resolve your saving throw. That'll be at the end of your turn.
No,
But you can't move right now. Your legs are turning to stone.
I can't see her, can I?
You'll kick her. It's
You
gonna
can,
be strong.
where are you? Oh, yeah, you're around the corner from her. You can kind of see her. You want to...
Take a shot at disadvantage, I guess.
All right, go ahead.
One will not do it. And another one.
Well, you're kind of distracted by the fact that you're turning to stone right now. So what did you make on your saving throw?
22.
22! So you grit down, you bear down, and suddenly your legs turn back to normal. Alright, after Mitch, I think we fall to Bowden, right?
Now, I can't see her from where I'm at.
You can kind of see her.
Well, I don't have any range weapons. I'm trying to figure out how I can get there without looking at her to know where to be running into things.
Should you move by Aces so you can help make a save?
Good
And
question.
then you can
I
shoot.
tried to start.
Oh, you don't need to entirely shows your eyes. You just gonna stare at the ground.
You have to avert. You can look at the ground, yeah. I mean,
Forward
as long as you don't look at her.
Would I think that killing her would end the effect on Aces?
No.
Twice today, sorry. No, I don't think that.
On Antis?
On
No.
Antis.
The name tag.
Well, I guess it'd be a Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Oh, my name's Turnford.
Arcana then is 16.
Yeah, you think that it won't. It'll continue.
Okay, so then I will go and try to do something.
Foolish.
You're gonna go give him your saving throw bonus.
Yep.
Okay.
That's plus 4 to your saving throw.
Are you averting your eyes from her?
Yes.
Okay.
He's turning his back to her.
I'm looking like the 5th grader trying to talk to the girl for the first time.
So it's old Meg's turn. And old Meg, she doesn't look at the Medusa, but she says, "I don't know why the gods chose to curse you. You're uglier than I am." And she casts vicious mockery.
That's a good vision.
Old Meg's a boy.
So she'll be at disadvantage for her
Oh.
next attack, and take 2 points of damage.
Psychic damage.
Old Meg then will duck behind the pod.
Is
this over here?
That's old man.
Over here.
No, the pod.
Just right behind.
Right there. Okay. Now we go to Antis. Antis, you get to make your action, and then you can make your save to fight off the.
Then we get the +1.
You can bless yourself and then have plus.
You want to bless yourself?
I'm going to do a second level bless and bless myself, Odin, Dagmar, and not have it.
All right. So you get +4 to your roll,
I think
plus
it's-
whatever else you got. It's Constitution.
+5, I think.
So 15, 17, 19, 23.
All right. So you bear down and you fight off the effects of that petrification.
But now you have hemorrhoids.
Do you avert your eyes then?
Yes.
Okay.
You have kidney stones now.
Hey, those are not.
Hagmar, what do you want to do, Hagmar?
I want a firebolt at disadvantage.
Okay, right now you can't even hit her from where you're at because there's a big pot in the way.
Can I see her from here?
Yeah. Are you gonna look at her?
No.
So you're gonna rush forward and just kind of like fling a attack in that direction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a magic wizard.
Magic missile has to be able to see the target. That's kind of a trick question there.
Go to the toilet. Go.
17.
17 on disadvantage?
Yep.
Wow.
I get +8.
Still wow.
Ooh, 17.
All right.
Go back over here.
Okay. Gordaz?
Alright, move in front of her.
Okay.
Two-hand my sword and swing at her reckless.
Ooh, so you get a normal attack. Are you averting your eyes?
No,
Oh, you're just going
I
all
played
out.
at Europe's earlier and you had no problems with it. Who's gonna be 28
Yes.
to it?
You're going all in. Wow, max
Oh, my
damage.
damage! Take that. I'm not raging though, so it's 14 slash and 6-5.
What's your damage bonus? You got 18 strength.
Well, 19 with the, I got 20 with the Black Widow, so I'm at +6.
Yeah. Well, you rolled 14, so
Yeah.
that's 20.
Oh yeah.
You said 14.
14 slash 6-5.
Oh.
I don't know
Gotcha.
if I need to split it or not.
No, you don't need to.
17.
17 hits. 2 off of max.
13 slash and 5 fire.
Got it. Wow.
Can't save?
Yeah, on her turn.
Okay.
Which is now, I think. Yeah. Alright, so no one, the only person that needs to make con save is Mr. Gordaz.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be a 10.
A 10. So your feet suddenly lock into place as you slowly turn to stone. She's going to make an attack on you. 2 with a short sword and 1 with her hair. So we'll do the snake hair first.
So the first one is normal. Does she have the vicious mockery by reckless, so it
Yes.
cancels?
Yes, the snake hair will be a normal. That's a 23.
Yes.
So the snake hair does. You take half of this poison damage, right? Alright. I need D4s. Where are all my D4s?
Can you borrow some D4s, Dad?
No, I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I got it. Alright, so this is piercing damage. 3. And this is poison damage. Oh, not bad. 12.
So 6.
Now she's going to stick you with her short sword. First attack. Hit.
Those would be at advantage.
Oh, maybe I can get a crit. No crit on the first one. Second one. Missed.
just have 17 AC right now.
Alright, here's piercing damage.
Oh, I'm not raging anymore.
Okay. Well, it will for the poison.
Oh, yeah, okay.
3 piercing. 6 poison. Wow. So, Gordaz now slowly beginning to turn to stone. And it's Stog.
Alright.
You want to avert your eyes?
Of course. Uh, 15.
15 hits.
All right.
That was a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Wow.
For the fools.
12.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my last War Priest.
That's right. Burn those abilities. Burn them up.
Another 15.
Jeez, you're rolling really good.
Not that time. 9.
Still good. Malhavoc. You averting your eyes?
Yeah, 17.
Is that with the disadvantage? 17. 17. Are you? So you only roll once for the bless, and then 2 dice for the.
That's the lesser one anyway, so.
Okay.
Still off that one, so 17.
17 hits. So you sneak an arrow past your allies and into the Medusa.
17 damage. There we go.
Okay.
Maybe. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 6, 11.
Yes. All right. Mitch Bean.
Diagonal back 1.
Okay. Are you going to avert your eyes?
Yep.
Okay.
Take first shot at her. 16
That'll hit.
for 8.
Okay.
Second shot. 11.
Missed.
And then I'll diagonal back the opposite way.
This way?
Yep.
This way. There?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Busher 6.
Bowden.
Here. And I'm at disadvantage for going around the corner.
Yes.
But you can't have double disadvantage, right?
Correct. You going to avert your eyes?
Yes. So, you can take your pick, 1 or a 3.
1.
And this one is
A 1.
1.
Pair of 1s. We'll take those. Old Meg. Old Meg prods at Malhavoc. How could you miss her 2 times? At least she can't see because she's behind the pod.
That's what I said.
Antis?
I'll move.
Do you avert your eyes?
Stick your tongue out.
Yeah. I'm guessing I can't cast Sacred Flame out of her.
You gotta be able to see her. You wanna look at her? Go for it?
You're blessed. He's standing next to you. Oh, he's on the
No.
list.
No, he needs to move up a little bit more to be standing next to him.
Just 5 more feet.
Just 5 more feet. You wanna go for it? It's a lot of pluses you get. You get
Yeah.
what's your con bonus?
2.
So you get 6,
Do we
from,
have a-
including his,
do we
and then
have
you
a
get
meal?
the
The
def.
D4. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a meal, right?
What?
Do we have a meal or something?
No.
That was
That's
against
Sunday.
charm.
Yeah,
The
that's Sunday.
pancake breakfast
Oh.
is Sunday.
The meal in that one is like maybe 6.
So I'll
7
be
stuff.
within range of her.
All right, you're gonna look at her and go Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
You gonna
I'll
do
try
it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's her save. She gets a +2 on her roll. 19.
Yeah, more than need it.
Okay. So, on her turn, you'll have to make a save. If she lives that long.
Okay.
She gazes around the room. Hagmar.
15, I'm gonna fire a fireball at disadvantage.
Okay.
Plus a d4.
2.
4.
So you missed.
So 12.
So you missed.
Then I will use Knowledge Arcana on Medusas, see what I know about Medusas.
Okay.
That would be a 13.
They turn things to stone.
Forgive me that much so far.
Gordaz.
Yeah.
All right.
Again.
Are you gonna stare at her?
No, why not? She's not getting any uglier.
Okay.
26 foot.
You hit.
No, I said earlier I was 200. Crafting myself on some damage. It's gonna be 14 slash 4 fire.
All right. So you bury your axe into her chest. All of the snakes on her head begin to twist and curl and snap and hiss as she collapses backwards, dead.
I want to take her head.
This isn't Clash of the Titans, you know.
It's not.
No.
Do you still have to make your second save?
Yeah.
I still want to take her
Free
head.
action, I'm gonna stick my sword in the ground.
Okay.
And my save is gonna
Are
be.
you gonna pose just in case? Pose really dramatically,
No,
just in case.
average my job. So I'm gonna have plus. He's next to me.
Yes, +4 from him.
So plus 11 to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
A 28 and a 5e roll is pretty rare.
3.5, you can roll 2 to get 28.
All right. You have slain the Medusa. This is one of my favorite minis I have. It's a good sculpt, although the paint job needs to be redone. But
The Chinese kids don't do really well.
That's pretty good.
I like that one. All right.
Obviously.
So, let's go ahead. We're going to do XP. And then you guys are going to take a short rest. So are you going to attune to that Ring of Featherfall?
Yeah.
Alright, so leave all your hit points the way they are. So I would imagine the next session we have will be the final one for the Days of Blight. Those go to Antis. Alright. Let me go ahead and compute this XP, which is a giant pile of XP right now.
We killed prisoners.
Huh?
We killed prisoners.
You killed prisoners.
You made their wish.
They were monsters. The vampire was gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
One way or the other, it was going down.
Well, actually, we only killed
Decades of
the
starvation.
other guy's still sitting in the cell, potion and a crab cake,
And a javelin.
and 2 arrows sticking out of him.
Well,
That was-
so you just push
Just leave me
the
alone!
healing will push them back.
That teach me to ask for help. Should have stabbed the javelin into my train doing. They all this for me.
He's gonna get that back.
My grandpa.
That's very nice.
So.
I just found some previous bags.
Alright, so we got 7 players.
I think we got 56,000 XP.
Like the best bags.
How much XP do you need for a level?
34. So we need
have
like
those
7.
rocks there.
300
Those
up
are
4.
the best bags.
Like,
They're small, but they're.
Well, under 8,000.
got that.
Times 7, so it would be 50,000 XP plus today. We need to go back out and kill the dragon.
Alright, the total XP drop is 1,600. That's still pretty good. It's a fine XP drop. Fine. So, the next encounter is one I spent quite a bit of time on. It'll be the final encounter in the tree. And it should really, really test you all. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. There's a good chance at a player death next week. So.
28260.
We'll miss you, Hagmar.
So what are you guys thinking so far? What do you guys think of this the attrition as you go up the tree?
It's tricky
Yeah.
because we don't get it. Like I'm keeping my last rage. Like I'm like,
None of the encounters were out of the realm of, they weren't really high DCs or anything, or CRs, but they're just meant to wear you down before you get to the end.
spending
Spell burners.
resources.
You regain spells by a short rest.
You do. You get, what is it?
Half your level round up.
Yeah, half your level rounded up in spell levels. So you can get that many. Like, what level are you?
7.
So you
four
get
spell levels.
4 levels worth of spell. You get 4 firsts, 2 seconds, 1/3 and 1 first, whatever you want, however you want, or 1 4th level spell restored.
Or 2 first and second, whatever. So
Anything that adds up.
If that adds up to 4.
but unfortunately, the rest of us don't get that.
And this one might have been actually the most dangerous encounter because if you
I
get
think-
bad saves,
I think
you
I'll
can
get
wipe half the party right away.
If now 3 of you failed to save, but if you fail by more than 5, you're automatically stoned.
Oh man. Yeah.
So there was that opportunity for an insta death, for sure. For sure.
I think I'll just get a 3rd and a 1st.
That's okay. We know where there's a twist.
We'll do that next week, Josh. We'll do the short next week.
He's
Short
already
rest
armed
next
with the
week.
javelin.
So don't do anything for the short rest yet.
Okay.
Yeah, this one, though, it's the melee characters get half turned to stone, they become pretty much useless.
Uh-huh.
If they can't reasonably do so, then you just
I was kind of
There
worried
was
what would
a-
happen if you were there, got pushed to stone, and then how are we going to get around you?
well, I'm sure they'll time
Well,
just
Well, you just push him over.
They have one throat and then somebody in the closet.
Just push him over.
We can.
you got 2 armor 42, you can push me over.
All right, guys. Well done.